everybody. We did it. I'm pretty sure I did it. Give me a heads up there in chat if everything's looking good on your end. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. And it's not lagging too much or having too many issues. As long as you can hear and see me at this point, that's all I care about this Sunday Funday. Like, that's all I care about. Because, as many of you I'm sure are aware of now, I've had major technical issues this morning thanks to the update for the Streamlabs OBS. So, looks like this die is going to be moving back to the regular OBS, but it may take me some time. So, oh, thank you for that, Mr. Remley Farr. Actually, let me close that. I don't need that open anymore. My alerts are not going off because literally, like I said, I'm having to move everything back over to the old program. So, slowly throughout the day, things may be coming back. They ain't here right now, including obviously our empty chat and alerts and stuff. So, nonetheless, I am excited to be here. We're playing through one of my favorite modules this morning, which is why I was hoping to get started like on time. Click button, green screen and lines. So, my life story, right? But here we are, actually with quite a few people I've not had a chance to play with, but that may be familiar to you from the Dotlot community. So, we're just going to go around, let everybody introduce themselves, and tell us who you're playing today for our Sunday Funday. Remember that as we play, you can give us more information about your character, so really just the crux of what's really most important. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So let's start with Snowdog. Hey, Snowdog.
Hi, Dot. So today I'm playing Dammit. He's a kobold bard. He's been basically wandering around, trying to find a way into the College of the Opera, to really learn his chops in there. So he's been tagging along with lots of adventurers and lots of caravans to find where this College of Opera is.
Very nice, very nice. And moving right along down the screen, that puts us at Anarch Dovey.
Yeah, hello, I'm Anarch Dovey, and I will be playing Faith. Kind of a mysterious sorcerer with shadow magics.
Very cool. Anything else? Tell me about what brings her, of course, to Brulnice's pub. I'll kind of go through that here in a second. But what drives Faith?
They are looking for someone important to them.
Oh, yes. Okay. And a face that I'm sure many of you recognize here on my channel. Mr. Remley Farr is back for a little Sunday Funday action. He just can't get enough. Hey, Rem. And look at Rem's new setup, gang.
It's not in the mobile home anymore. It's in the real house. It has no windows on it.
Awesome. Cool. So who are you playing today, Rem?
I am playing because I'm kind of backfilling, so I automatically generated a character. So I'm playing Auto Jenner the Eighth. He's a human fighter, noble. Essentially, all of his family already has positions of power. He's got nothing of his own, really. So he's just kind of wandering the countryside, trying to grab and establish his own brand.
Yeah.
And that's why he's at Tony's pub. He's here to get a drink, find some folks he can hop in with, and get some gold, get some loot, man. Because his family's rich. He broke.
He's so broke.
He's so broke.
Well, he might just find what it is he's looking for today. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm just gonna make it a hard maybe.
Hard maybe.
Because I don't think
extra
anybody
maybe.
ever gets rich when they go on Brulnice's. When they leave Brulnice's pub, it's not to get rich. But
He's
lot
gonna
of
make it. He can't make it rain, but he'll make it sprinkle. A little
That's
bit.
right. He can't make it rain, but he'll make it sprinkle.
Some pennies,
Awesome. Very
copper pieces.
And last but certainly not least, we have Alex with us. Hey, Alex.
Hello. Yeah, I'm playing a human bard called Nabin, or Nebin. I haven't decided how to pronounce it yet.
Cool.
He is a drunken, narcissistic wanderer and dissident, rebel folk singer, rocker of drums, bagpipes, and flutes, an outspoken revolutionary who sought to overthrow Gandar, the tyrant of his homeland. He was forced to escape to fight another day after composing and performing a particularly catchy ballad decrying Gandar and his inappropriate relations with the many sheep of the land. He has somehow convinced the people that he is a folk hero, and has since used his fame to get free food, wine, and lodging from others who share his disdain for Gandar.
Well, that seems so very appropriate to Sunday morning, and this Sunday Funday, so I'm all about that. I really, really am. Cool. I think I got an alert box set up. Let's, we should test it, but first I have to make sure it doesn't show up as green all over all of your faces. Cool. Why is it doing that? Alright, keep going. Alright, so, for those of you that are just tuning in for a Sunday Funday, I'm Little Red Dot. I'm the GM of Sunday Funday, and it is exactly, what you might assume. We're here to have some fun, to roll some dice, to tell some stories, all things that I love. And we are using D&D today, for that, in fact, to tell our story. So, we are going to be playing through, like I said, a favorite module of mine. Oh, also, look, I got new glasses. Okay, I'm done with that. I'll be drinking mimosas, which I'm gonna need to start here real soon because of the technical problems. And, yeah. So, all Sunday Fundays start, in a pub. One particular pub, the Ginger Brew Pub, which is run by Brulney's Lady Chops, our, loving but somewhat gruff dwarf, who took an arrow to the knee and decided that the life of adventure just wasn't really for her. Instead, she decided to open this pub where she could brew, literally booze, and give it to the people that need it most. It's said that if you have enough of Brunice's red ale, that it in fact has healing qualities. So, who knows? Maybe one of you can test that and find out, as nobody has really answered the question of what is her secret ingredient. Thank you all for these subscriptions. Thank you. I'm looking right now to get that set up so you can see it, actually. It should show up now. Hey, it did. It's just not entirely showing. Okay, cool. Nice. So, what brings each of you? One of you kind of told us that you were seeking a, someone special to your past, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, which is very interesting. And what about everybody else? Are you here resting? Are you here seeking? I think we said we're seeking gold and somebody very personal. What else? You guys talk around and let me know, like, what brings you here and what you're currently doing in Brulnice's pub. It is, late afternoon.
Faith would be sitting at the table, reading some kind of tome, and is focused on that book most.
Nice.
I'd probably be sat in a corner, quietly strumming away at my lute and preparing another fantastic performance, and maybe eyeing my what's the word? My fellow bard on the other side of the bar, who's competing for the patron's money.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, and it's actually relatively busy. Time of year for Brulnice, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of faces, odd people, definitely some adventurers. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, and Brulnice has brought you, as long as you are, of course, amenable to drink, some of her fresh ale to each of you. And as you guys...
Faith does not drink at all.
She accepts this, not being, of course, the first person who has come into her place of business and not wanted to drink. There are those adventurers. But she finds that... as the day kind of goes on, you guys drink. There is one interesting person here at Brulnice's pub with you. A bard, very evident, as she has been plucking away at a lute for most of the evening, just often in the corner. And she begins to sing out loud the tune begins to pick up a little bit. And she, as the words kind of come into your ear, you hear her sing this kind of haunting tune. And she says, "Seasons come and seasons go. Moons wax and wane. Time seems so slow to the spirits of Have Hollow. One is the spirit of Astabar, a mage who traveled wide and far, a collector of items of magic lore, a seeker of secrets from times of yore." And she continues, there are other things. Brulnice, of course, assures that her drink is full, but within just a couple minutes, Brulnice's pub begins to clear. People are beginning to leave hearing her sing this song, as most of them want nothing to do with her, or they just don't care enough to stay and hear the rest of her song.
Maybe Otto, being a little renowned, has perhaps heard of this Astabar? Would a history check be allowed?
A history check would definitely tell you some things.
Ooh, he has not heard anything about it.
He doesn't know jack about Astabar. Nope, out of 4, he don't know nothing about Astabar.
Can I try as well?
Absolutely. When you guys begin to hear this, you are welcome to roll for that. At an 11, that's a little better. You're like, Astabar, why is that? It's like on the tip of my tongue. Why is that in my brain? That's, well, you know he was a wizard, but, the last time you checked, nobody's heard from this guy in like 20 years.
Grace will be standing up, kind of weakly.
Okay.
Like, as he takes leans on a bit on their cane and starts walking towards the stadium.
Okay, yeah. You start walking kind of towards her, specifically this woman. Yeah. She is a raven-haired woman, kind of quaint in size, and you very quickly pick up on the fact that she is an elf. She continues to pluck and notices you, but her words begin to fade away, kind of under her breath, as you get close. Yeah, please, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what is this? I will wait.
Oh, she simply stops playing and she says, "Oh, this is a song about Astabar. It's my favorite, of course."
Astabar. They say that he's not been heard of 20 years.
Oh, yes, of course. He's dead. She looks at you kind of funny, like, well, yes, of course, he's not alive. But I know the song's not very popular in these parts. And a Brulnice from across goes, "You could say that again."
Yeah, bit about the face. He kind of looks like it doesn't look like, but yeah, they look like Wes looks like he's gonna like almost collapse at any moment.
Yeah, she says, "Well, I'm Riviana Greywire, but you know that the tale of the song is true."
I think I'd probably sort of shout up from across the room and say, "Riviana, why did you scare away all of our patrons? I was making some good money tonight."
She goes, well, it's not really a happy tune. I know I didn't get to finish or anything, but he was a power-hungry wizard.
I like the song.
She says, "How does the rest of it go?" And she kind of strums again. She takes a giant gulp of rail and she strums. "Oh, yes. For Astabar, a dragon was an easier foe than defeating his own ego. Certain he was greater than any magical force, he set to unraveling the eldritch source. of a wand most strange and chaos-bound, that the mind of the mage it did confound. And she strums back to the chorus. The seasons come and the seasons go, moons wax and wane, time seems so slow to the spirits of Have Hollow. And you hear Brulnice, when she says the word Have Hollow, kind of like spit. Have Hollow. Putrid place.
Otto leans over to Bruni's. Yeah, putrid, yeah. I mean, I can't stand it. What do you not like about it? You warn anybody?
Are you trying to
story?
deceive her?
I feel like we might be going there pretty soon, and
Oh, you want some more information out of her? She's like, yeah. She kind of leans in, just under her breath. Well,
yeah.
it's a pretty nasty place.
Yeah, horribly nasty. I hate it too.
Yeah, just gross. And that scary house he died in doesn't make it any better.
Terrible. I mean, you just need to be bulldozed. I mean, not that I know what a bulldozer is.
But the act of leveling, we can say you're an understanding of.
Just demolished.
Demolish it. Yeah, for sure. And she's like, well, people have tried, and everybody that goes up there doesn't come back.
Oh, that's true. I knew that as well. It's awful. I mean,
Why is that?
Riviana strums, and she says, well, because his spirit haunts the place. Strum.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, and she kind of walks off, and she says, I was going to go there tonight. I heard that his wand is still in the house.
Oh, it's well then. Obviously, if you're going there tonight, I mean, you're a very, quaint, smart elven woman. You could probably benefit from an escort, a group of folks who would, bravely fight this ghost, which I know all about fighting, of course.
She kind of laughs, and she says, well, are you saying you'll come with me?
I will. Going.
What about your friends?
Well, I mean, I don't have much better to do now that you've scared away all my customers.
She says, well, we can make up for it.
Perhaps we might learn some new tales that we can tell in bars around the world from our adventures this night.
She laughs. She says, well, do you think it's better if we wait till dawn? Light of
Probably,
day and all of
if we're
that.
going to a big spooky house.
She says, it means a lot that all of you are coming with me. I have a personal interest in some of the secrets that lay inside.
Ooh, secrets. Wealthy secrets, I'm assuming. Yes, very interesting. That's, I say we, shelter for the night. Fellow adventurers.
Bruni says, you're gonna stay at the pub?
How late do you stay open?
Going now.
As long as you've got gold coin, I'll stay open all night.
I got a silver coin. How late does that stay open?
Well, that's okay. Bruni says, all right. She puts like another small keg of the stuff out, and she's like, why don't we say this? You hang out here, I'll put the tap right here, and you just do your thing. But if I fall asleep, please don't rob me.
Oh, trust me, I don't have the money now, but we're going to have it pretty soon when we go into this house that just needs to be demolished. I might just demolish it while I'm down there. Just for you. That'll pay my tab.
She says, all right, that seems reasonable. I'm going to go in the bank and, back and drink by myself now. Okay, bye. And she, pushes the door open, grabs a giant, cup on her way back, and you're left out front. And she says, well, I guess we could pass the time, and I could finish the song. You do know who Astabar is, yes? And she kind of eyeballs all of you.
He was a wizard, that I know.
Well, yes.
He's a wizard, yeah. I know all about that.
Could I ask why it's personal to you, Riviana?
Have you ever had a dream? When it's stuck with you so much that you just can't shake the feeling that it's it's real.
Yes, I look very deep as I as I say that.
Yeah, and she's like, that is the feeling I have. I know there is a terrible secret inside that place, and I am destined to uncover it. I don't exactly know what it is, but I know it is important. And I'm also aware that I don't think I can do it alone. My mother always said being humble is the best policy.
My mother said the same thing.
She says, so... the song, then. Shall I continue? She's like, where was I? Oh, yes, the second chorus. Let's see. How's it go? Oh, yes. Astabar would not be denied. With all his power he turned the tide. Against the wand he refused to break, even if wisdom he did forsake. And upon the wand he cast all his might, and the wand's power was unleashed that night in chaos and fury. Beyond his control the wand consumed the manor whole. Sheathed in radiant magic fire, Astabar was consumed on the ethereal pyre. And the final verse, or final chorus comes again. Seasons come and seasons go. Moons wax and wane. Time seems so slow to the spirits of Have Hollow. And as she sings, it takes her time to pluck through it. And the night grows long and dark. You guys share a few things. Laugh and ask questions, which she's going to give you a chance to do here in just a second. Yeah, she finishes up and she says, man, I don't know why, but that song is just always in my heart.
Sometimes your heart speaks loudest, man, and you only need to listen. He's trying to be poetic, but it's just not the best.
Yeah, she says, that's quaint.
Lean over. I think she likes me.
And, yeah, anybody else want to ask some questions of her before we kind of move to morning?
Where did you learn the song?
She stops and, like, thinks for a moment, like, really stops. I do not know.
You
Maybe
always
the
know?
dream? I think so. I've just started playing it. It's been on my mind the last few weeks. Just always on the tip of my tongue. Yes. I've been traveling from tavern to tavern hoping somebody would be interested in going with me. Most everyone else runs.
I do not run.
It's pretty normal for Dammit. He knows that when he starts playing in a pub, most people leave, so he won't be surprised in the slightest.
I love it.
Yeah. Or if I was running, I would not go. I would not be able to run far or fast.
She says, "Well, I mean, I could. If it interests everyone, we could take my cart out front."
It sounds reasonable. We can load up our gear. We can set off into this place. Otto's going to go to like the nearest, if there's a general store still open, and start loading up on just basic adventuring junk.
Okay. Yeah. You go out front. Most of what's here is actually not a town at all. It's a small thing that has popped up around Brulnice's tavern, most of which are just small stalls and stuff. There is a tabaxi that is sleeping, curled up in a ball on top of what is basically an outdoor storefront. His things and stuff are there. He's got a wagon pulled up next to it. Probably if it wasn't like the wee hours of the morning, he would be up and selling things, but he's like...
Excuse me, cat. Cat person, yes.
person is
whatever.
unacceptable.
Is this acceptable? And I show some silver pieces.
That is very acceptable. What can I help you with, sir?
Well, listen, I'm about to go into a very dangerous place. I need to make it a little less dangerous for me and my friends because I've got this wonderful warhammer on my back. They all have guitars. So, I mean, obviously, we're going to need some help. 10-foot poles, some rope, bag of ball bearings, typical adventuring stuff, torches.
Yes,
hitch.
I took these off the body of an adventurer just yesterday.
Very nice.
And
That's
he
exactly how I do it.
pulls up 2 packs of just, like, stuff. The
Loot.
average, loot and adventurer pack. And he drops them both and he says, all of your silver.
Well, joke's on you, good sir. And I give him 2 silver pieces.
That is unacceptable. And he slides them back to him. He says, do you have nothing more to offer?
I just throw the couple of gold pieces at the Otto's feet.
All right. He says, now that is a deal I can accept. Please, help yourself. And he kind of gestures to, like I said, kind of backpacks and piles and mounds of things that have the blood of past adventurers. He seems to be hawking their wares.
This businessman like his idea. See, I'm gonna get the rope, the bag of ball bearings, caltrops, torch, lamp oil, tinderbox.
Yeah, the pretty average.
Yeah, just loading it up. I pet him, and I head on my way.
Head on your way. Anybody else? Yeah, you kind of load it up, and you see her cart. There's a horse attached to it that seems to be in very that seems to be restless, I think is the word that I am looking for. Because I'm a horrible human being and I'm normal, I have to take a bio break.
Okay.
Give me 30 seconds. Literally, it won't take me but 1 minute.
Okay. We shall discuss.
You guys discuss things, plan things. In terms of her, she's sitting at the bar, staring down a drink but not drinking it. She seems lost in thought, especially after the questions asked about where did she learn the song, realizing that she's unsure.
Yeah. Right. So little kobold fellow, what can you do with these musical instruments? I've heard of these kind of people like you who can conjure sounds and evoke emotions and vanquish foes.
Me play perfectly. Me sound as good as Displacer Beast in heat.
Well, I have come across a Displacer Beast in heat, and it's quite terrifying. Tentacles, they come after you. It's terrifying. Yes. You, other instrumental extraordinaire, do you play like a vanishing tentacle monster in heat as well?
I'd hope not. But to be fair, most bars don't normally clear out to quite the extent that it did last night. I have to say, I've never seen a kobold, play the instrument quite so well as you do, damn it. I just hope our musical skills will come in handy whatever we might come up against in this strange place. Seems a little weird. I mean, this one sounds like bad news. Did anyone else think that when she was telling that story?
I'm interested. Especially about the one.
Yes, I got the impression you might be. Is that good for the rest of us, or?
I'm not afraid of no ghosts because they're already kind of dead already. That makes them a little easier to vanquish.
Well, I think so long as I'm with you, Otto, we should be fine. You look like you got a strong sword arm. I'll inspire you with my beautiful tunes.
Oh, thank you. Inspiration is always quite beneficial, and I take my warhammer, twirl it out, try not to drop it, and then I hop into the cart. Let's go to the cricket house.
Yeah,
brave Sir Otto,
Yeah.
stand away.
All right. Fun times. You guys load up at the crack butt of dawn. I mean, the rooster crows, and she's ready. You can tell she's getting anxious, as if she has looked forward to this trip for quite a long time.
I will be climb the next to her.
She, like I said, she continues to just kind of chat, and she'll answer, like I said, pretty much any questions that you guys have. She sings and strums the same song the whole way there, as if it is literally all that is on her mind.
Yeah, I think after about 10 minutes of it, I'd probably ask, so do you know any other tunes? Something a bit more uplifting, maybe?
Yeah, oh, she goes, oh, yeah, of course I do. And she kind of begins to strum something else. This is a little bit more of a sailor's, tune.
If it's what I'd recognize, I'd probably start to play along. Maybe pull out my little bongo drum and give her a little
Let's
percussion.
see if you know. Roll a history. This is like a solid bard thing. Do you know this
Cool.
song? Yeah.
So, I haven't done much D&D, so what am I rolling? Is it just
Good
1d?
call. Okay, yeah, so, this is great. Also, for all of you out there, Sunday Fundays are a great way to learn, to play D&D. I welcome everyone, including brand new players, to the table. So this is great. So, what you're gonna do is, if you've got your character sheet in front of you, every base roll in D&D, of course, is a D20, so you'll roll a D20, and then on your skills section, there's like a whole list of them alphabetized, you'll find one that says History, and History is related to one of your major stats, and you'll add that to your roll or to your D20 roll.
Sure. Do you add the skill and add the sort of bonus from the stat?
Only if you are proficient in it.
Yes, so basically, at the top of your page, there's a proficiency. At level 4, you're a proficiency level 2. Did you take a proficiency in history? Remember?
I think I've got A+1 according to my character.
So okay, so then you would just add the flat +1. You probably didn't take any proficiency in it then.
Okay, it's just because it says that it's a intelligence stat, so I'm not sure whether you added the bonus from your intelligence onto that as well, or if it's
so
just the kind of skill bonus.
Is your intelligence a 1?
It isn't, but I'm saying if I'm asking for future
that's
reference
why, yes.
for
So,
any other
okay,
skills.
so I see what you're saying. So you actually may have taken it then. So yeah, you would actually, your
Thing about
knowledge
it
is
is
based on your intelligence. So whatever your intelligence like plus number is what you're going to end up adding to the roll for history.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a 14.
A 14. She begins to strum along to this song. And you're trying to pick up on what it is. And you realize it's another kind of morbid death tune. Set, if anybody knows, the
Basic choice this.
I was going to say the song. What is it? Barrett's Privateers. It's an actual like sailor shanty. But as she sings, it's like I was 19 and you say, oh, I wish I wasn't fair now. But the story is actually about the last privateer. On their boat. He watches as the sink ship from the dock. And she continues to sing. You're like, oh, that's quite... Oh, wait a second. I know this song.
Yeah.
He's literally... It's Barrett singing Being the Last Privateer. And so, it's not quite, I don't think, maybe what you were looking for, but...
Yeah, no, quite reassuring. I'd keep on drumming and I'd kind of look up and give her like a sort of raised eyebrow, like, what am I getting myself into here? But I'd keep on drumming.
Yeah. And you continue. And as your journey goes, she sings a few songs, all of them, every one of them having to do with death. Or being the last man standing. And you realize the moment you begin to pull through Have Hollow, there's a darkness that sets on this place. Kind of a dankness in the air. It's actually connected to one of the nearby swamps, which is what makes it kind of boggy in nature. The fog sits in the air this morning as you travel through a very tired and quiet town. And as you pass about halfway through it, you cannot miss the manor that sits up on a hill overlooking it. It seems a bit run down and rather small from this distance, but the cart quickly pulls up to kind of the path up to it. Yeah, it's a 3-story manor, okay, set in behind a 7-foot stone wall. You can see there's like an exterior around it. Everything seems to be pretty abandoned. The grounds are overgrown with a leafy blanket of like vines and ground covering. There is a very large murder of crows that sit on the roof of this house that stare at all of you. You hear one of them like, oh, as you pull up.
I whistle and call for the crow.
Yeah.
And that's animal handling, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to see if you can call it over. At a 13, you call it over. One of them, like, flutters its wings as if it might take flight. It decides not to. And then the whole murder of them wake and take flight. And the school, I guess they're not really considered a school, but they kind of are, fly off in one direction together. Their wings fluttering, leaving an ominous sound in the air. There's a rusted iron gate that connects this this brick wall, this stone wall that goes around the outside. It is partially open. The interior courtyard is clearly overgrown, and the grass on the inside is almost as tall as the wall. It's very unkempt.
I push open the gate with my cane.
Yeah, cool. You like, the
this is like 7-foot tall grass.
Yeah, like they're literally the grass is like 7 foot tall.
I'm going to put away the warhammer, take out the 10-foot pole, and just use it to kind of like, push things aside so we can actually.
Yeah, you begin kind of looking. You guys can make me
I
perception
just burn
checks.
down the dead grass.
You want to burn it all down?
Yes.
It's everywhere. You're going to take the house with it, for the record. It doesn't take an inside check. It's like the front yard. This place is like it's like Jumanji style vines and like stuff. It's just this place is way overgrown.
There's some velociraptors in it.
yeah. You guys best start running. No, I'm just kidding. So
yeah, I'm not gonna then.
Yeah,
presentation or anything.
but you guys can go ahead and make a perception check for me. That may clear up some questions.
Can I do a little? Maybe bring it over to David and small one. I might be able to hoist you on top of the wall so you can see over this grass and maybe shout out a warning with your fine instrument.
Yep, me blow horn when me see bad guy.
Yes. So I want to pick him up and set him on top of that wall.
Perfect. Yeah, you like give him a little, give him a boost, basically up there. I'm gonna let Otto make a athletics check with advantage because I don't think he's fighting you on this. It's just kind of you guys are working together, all cheerleading style, to like boop.
That's right. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Plus athletics.
Athletics it is. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, no problem. It's like, whoop.
Nat 20.
Nailed it. Yeah, blooped him right the hell up there. And you're now on top. You realize the wall is about 1.5 feet. So it's a pretty large, I guess, piece on top for you to stand on. You're not going to fall or anything. And as you look around, you get a better view of the actual stoop and porch of the house from here, damn it. You kind of look through the grass. You see no entrances except for the front door, which is kind of covered in grass, but what you notice the most from this angle is that there are strange kind of ornate carvings around this ornate door. And the front of this house is free of vines. Has not been touched by them.
Damn it, will just call down and say, housekeeper good, gardener needs to get a new job.
Would never work at my parents' estate.
This seems accurate for everybody. I love that. That's funny.
How far away? Damn it! How far away is the front door from our current position at the gate?
So what's the distance about between the gate?
Between here and there, not far. 20 feet, 25 feet. Otto's kind of digging around there. You do find a small kind of, like little stone path that's very overgrown, but you can you're hitting it almost with your sword or something. You can hear it ting, ting, ting against it to kind of pick it out. And it's about 20 feet or so of this walk path that leads up to this stoop.
Okay, I kind of let the cloth wearers behind me. Okay, keep alert.
I'll be taking out my wand.
Yes.
And it is one actually, it's crooked and it spins around.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I cast Mage Armor myself.
Good. Whoomp. And sure enough, your mage armor what color is the light that comes around you?
Is this shadowy tentacly
Ooh,
thing.
it's like dark. You guys watch as like the shadowiness like whoosh over Faith's
Faith is
body.
being cursed.
Yeah.
Get out!
And you hear Riviana go, no. Just, I believe Faith's taking protections. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, quickly, what is that on the door? Damn it, do you stay up or do you hop down?
Damn it, we'll just hop down and follow the others.
Cool.
But he'll go into the grass, so it just you can't actually see what's moving in there.
I
It
could
just
almost-
looks like something moving through the grass.
Like, I could put the pole up to you and then like bring you over and sit on the front door.
Like basically help him pole vault.
Yeah.
So you guys managed to reconvene on the front porch after kind of digging through the grass and finding your way. She seems very excited that you're here, and she begins looking at the carvings around the door here.
Could I see if they mean anything to me? These carvings.
Yeah, you could roll an Arcana check. That would let you know if they're magical.
Okay.
They don't seem to be. They're more runes, I guess, than a language. So you're not trying to read something. They are definitely magical runes. So anybody else that would like to roll an Arcana, which is also a skill check, so D20 plus whatever that is.
I have no idea.
But if
Yeah,
there's
no,
a
I don't think
window,
I'm
this window, I'll peek through the window.
Okay.
It's probably dark inside though.
There is it is dark inside. The first window that you come to is just there on the porch, and it looks into what is clearly a foyer in this house. Pretty standard house build from what you can tell.
I will be looking inside the window, and I have 120 feet dark vision.
Okay. You look in, you see a little bit farther. You see there's like a foyer, and there are some rooms, and then this long hallway. But all in all, the lights seem to be out. It seems to be unkept, dusty. But at a first glance, there's not like people. You don't see movement or anything like that. For those of you not peering in the window, roll me a perception check. So that would be Nebin and Dammit. Nice. The both of you, damn it, first you're like, did I hear something? And when he says that, Nebin, oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
You
You're the world.
as it's coming out, damn, it's like, I think I hear something. Nebin, you turn because you know that there's something there. You hear a very deep, kind of massive snort. As that of maybe a bull or something larger. There's some kind of beast at the far end of this garden that is kind of pawing and snorting at the ground. At a 24, your eyes adjust through the grass and you realize it is no bull. This is a rhinoceros, a big black one. It's got a 3-foot-long horn and it stands in a charge position at all of you.
So you probably see me turn around and just go, is that a rhino?
Yeah, it's like...
Rhino.
Guys, I probably tap Otto on the shoulder, just
Into
point
the house.
over to the...
Into the house, into the creepy house.
Yeah, and you hear her go,
Good idea.
great idea, and she reaches for the knob, the house isn't even locked. She just, clicks it and walks right in the door.
Seeing as she hasn't fallen into any secret holes or anything, I follow right behind her and inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Get away from the fat unicorn.
I probably watched the rhino just for a moment longer. Just is it actually going to charge us, or is
you
it?
let everybody go in and you're like, I gotta know. Curiosity killed the cat, friend. And you stand staring at this rhino, and sure enough, it... and you're watching the grass part. It's like that scene in Jurassic Park. I don't know why we're making dinosaur references, where the T-Rex are coming through the trees and the large things are cracking. The ground literally shakes. And are you going to continue?
Yeah, that seems like a good time to get into the door and close it behind me.
You're like, okay, no, that's real. And you turn. She closes the door behind you just in time for you to hear the rhinoceros bang into the front of the house.
Is there a chunk of furniture I can maybe grab and shove in front of the door?
Yeah, of course there is. So basically when you step into this foyer and look down the main hallway, there is very little, but there's an old couch. that is just off to the side. You don't know if maybe a butler used to have it or use it or something, but it is there if you wanted to like slide it.
Yeah, I want to shove that in front of the door and then like sit real quiet so nobody.
Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. Awesome, I love it. And sure enough,
That's something my dad just brought in. He likes RuneQuest. Over a Rhino Rider. Yeah, anyway, sorry. Continue.
That's okay. So you, Otto, it doesn't, this is not a heavy couch. You just like, push it. I
sit on it.
Yeah, you're like, wait. And as you guys wait it out, she even like puts her ear to the door. You can tell the rhino backs off of the stoop or the porch here, and goes back to the yard, but it begins circling the house. She breathes heavily, and she goes, we didn't even check the runes to see if... And she's like, wait a second. And she starts to put things together, and she says, what if the rhinoceros was the trap? To get us to come into the house.
We wanted to in a house in the first place.
I was like, did we need a trap to get in here? I thought the plan was. It's only got us in here faster anyway.
She's like, well, it looks like we're trapped now.
Yeah, I guess, can I look out the window to see if the rhino's still there? Is he kind of pouring at like the front door or something?
It's left and it is now circling the house. As if it's waiting on you to enter or exit. Though the only entrance and exit that you've really found has been, like a true entrance and exit, is the front door. And as you guys look around this space, what you actually see is, like I said, like a foyer. Off on your left, there is a door that leads to a room. And off on your right, there's a different door along with a staircase. You can rightfully assume that this door, the way it's positioned with the staircase, is just like a small closet. It's not like a room. The one on your left may be something larger.
I want to first go to these windows and just unlatch them in case we have to make a quick getaway. As cool as it is to burst through the window, that might hurt.
Yeah.
But
okay. You want to scout for a quick getaway?
Yes, just checking out. Well, just windows. Like, okay, if you're moving this couch, it's going to take some time. So just unlatch the windows in case we gotta...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Does anybody want to scout ahead and just try to kind of get the lay of this floor?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, is it worth making a check for traps or anything like that?
Okay, why don't we do this? I think this is the easiest thing to do. This is what I usually like to do when somebody comes into, like, a house versus, like, room to room to room. So everybody can roll me, this is a basic investigation check, and then based on the investigations, you guys kind of all split up and report back, and I'll give you all the information you need to know. Without going in any rooms. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Cool. So, okay.
I don't think I find anything, guys.
So, Rem, you roll... Oh, that's the 20 from earlier.
Nope, that's my roll.
Oh, that's the new now. Okay.
Yep.
You guys kind of peer and scout. You guys go room to room. So, here's what we find. We will say in the case of Dammit and Nebin, you guys get a little caught up here at the front entrance, and I'll tell you in just a second. You peer at the room on your left. This seems to be a small sitting room. Nothing extreme about it. 15 by 15. There's another sofa and some chairs made of quality material and fine wood. On the coffee table in the middle of the room is a decanter of glowing violet liquid. You guys cut across the foyer to the closet door there by the stairs. And as you go to open it, as you go to open it, like reach for it, from the interior you hear boom, boom, boom. And the camera cuts to Faith, who is beginning to scout. Here are the first rooms down the hallway. You hit one room, creaking the door open. It seems to be a dining hall. And you have to almost catch your breath a little bit because at the table sit skeletons missing their heads.
Yeah, Faith is not phased at all.
Yeah, you kind of like close that. You're like, okay, took that in. You cut across the hallway to find out what is in the next room. And you realize that this room is actually maybe a parlor of some kind. In the middle of the room is like some ornate vases and things. You find a second parlor that's attached to it. This one's a little different, as the entire walls are covered in butterflies under glass. And more importantly, you find a servant's dining area, probably connected to the dining room. So you basically find real dining room, servant's dining room, and 2 parlors. Now, Otto decides to go further in. You go to the room at the very end of the hallway. There's a door that's basically perpendicular with it. And when you creak this door open, you find the kitchen. In the kitchen, you find another set of stairs upstairs, a back door, which you hear the rhino kind of like pacing past.
I like it.
And yeah, click. And a pantry. At a 20 investigation, there is something in the pantry. You can hear it breathing. The pantry is magical darkness, like so dark you can see nothing in it. And we will say that all of you reconvene to share what you found. And the booming on this closet stops when all of you make it back.
I found a dining room. There was some unfortunate individuals there. Then there's also 2 parlors from there, and then a servant's dining room. But there was nothing special about them, as far as I saw.
Otto's going to immediately pick up this decanter of purple glow juice and just kind of look at it. And any of you know what kind of strange wine this is? It's glowing.
I take the thing and look into it and...
Sure, you can try to identify it. That's an Arcana check for that item in particular.
No idea.
No idea. Anybody else is welcome to also make it, as it's not very hard. I think you need about anybody else can roll an Arcana to try to identify it.
Well, no, that's okay. I'm gonna give it a try.
I was about to say, you made it at the 10 and at the 13. You guys both kind of look at it. It takes you a second. You realize that this is a decanter of fairy fire spell, which can be put on something, yourself or somebody else.
Or the magical darkness.
Exactly.
I know where this is going.
Yep. Rem's played games before. So that would be able to, show you, I guess, those things. As you finish up in this room, again, there's that, this time it sounds like something's trying to get out of the closet. It shakes the handle from the closet near the stairs here in the foyer.
So it's like, are we going to do anything about that closet?
I'm gonna have the warhammer out in one hand, the javelin in the other hand, and just kind of tell folks, I got a rope in my backpack. If you want to tie it to the door handle, we go on and slam it open, see what's inside.
You want to crack it open, or you want to pull it, normally open the door?
Yeah, like pull it, but with me ready, and anyone else wants to get more.
You reach. It is unlocked. You click. You're okay. You go to pull it. It opens about 6 to 7 inches.
I point my wand in the gap.
Kind of in the hole, and as soon as it opens about 6 or 7 inches, as you pull it, something on the other side pulls back and slams it closed. Make me a. You can just make a strength check to see if you can pull it back open. It's basically a contested pull if you want to get it open.
To me?
Mm-hmm.
Can I contribute to that roll? Help me try and pull it open?
Yeah, it slams closed behind you, and it almost takes you off guard, Otto. Somebody else can try to open it now if you'd like. Somebody else can make another strength. Or an athletics check.
You can't close back what's broken, just in case.
Just in case. That's true, we could smash it. Anybody else want to make a strength check to try to open it?
Hey, an 18.
Nice. You step up, beautiful, and give it a good and you pop it open. And you find a few things. Once you get the door open, the morning light is beginning to come through the windows here in the front of this house, and the light hits a skull in the middle of the floor. It has a strange symbol on its forehead carved into it. You can make an Arcana or a religion check. Actually, I would also take a nature check to identify what the symbol is.
Okay. 15.
Very
Natural
nice.
20.
Nice. Anybody else want to try to make it before we keep going? All right. At the 15. Yeah, go ahead. Nice.
Nope.
Okay. 13, you would still kind of know, but it wouldn't be as clear to you. At the 15 religion, you realize that this is possibly one of 8 of the moon cycles. At a 20, you recognize that this is not just one of 8 moon cycles. That in particular, this is the waxing crescent moon that is carved into the skull of a human.
I take the skull.
Yeah, you pick it up, no problem. Literally, no issue. Whatever seems to have been in this closet potentially is long gone.
How many bodies were there? Or skeletons?
There were 8 bodies around. Well, there were 8 bodies around the table in the dining room.
I'd probably say to Riviana, I guess this is what's been happening to these people who didn't come back then.
She goes, I guess so. And she kind of reaches out and just runs her finger through it. She says, the waxing moon, that makes no sense.
What makes no sense?
Yeah, I just ignore them and I go to dining room.
Yeah, and she goes, ooh, what have you found? And she almost kind of like skips along with you as if, ooh, we're moving to the next room. And we head into the dining room, which is the first room on the left after that little sitting area. You all walk in and you find a few things. Not only is there a finely crafted dining table and dining room, but at each chair around it, 3 on each side and 2 at the top, like the head and the end of the table, sit skeletal remains dressed in really fine attire. Each of them is missing their head. Set out in front of each of the skeletons is a large plate with the metal dome cover, the cloche. And the table is also adorned with fine cutlery, silver, candelabras. And on the south wall, opposite where you enter, is a very large painting of a full moon.
So there were 8 headless bodies, is that right?
There are 8 headless bodies.
How many different kinds of moon are there?
There are 8 moon faces.
Ah, how convenient. So, interesting. So, I wonder where the rest of these heads might be.
Otto is going to just take his tinderbox out and light one of the candles on the candelabra, and then light the others on one, so he can just have like a little thing to carry around and give some light around the area.
Yeah, you kind of like fill it up. Yeah.
Let's get some light.
Lights, wong. And it does. It shows you kind of the same situation. The painting at the end of the room is obviously more visible.
I look behind it.
Yeah. Say what?
I look behind it.
You want to look behind it. You like pick it up to look behind it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't roll me an investigation because it's not at the naked eye. You don't see anything.
Yeah.
17.
17. There is something odd about this painting in terms of like the painting itself, but you can feel that there is something happening here that you cannot put your hands on it, no matter what you do. It's almost as if it needs to be released in some way.
All right, fellow musicians and whatever faith is, I'm going to put this painting back. But methinks that if we complete all the heads on these little people, there's something's going to happen with this here painting. That's just my own thoughts, per se. So, maybe this is like that little final room. We go get the puzzle pieces, put them all together. When it's all done, we, flip it upside down. Looks awesome. From the wall.
Sounds like a plan. Just wondering, do these bodies, are they like literally just skeletons, or are they wearing any clothes or
anything? Yeah, they all
anything?
have on fine attire, but they're like sitting there at the dinner table as if waiting to be served or something. But in front of them are those like metal dome covers, the cloche over a plate. Each one of them has one. And as you all turn around from kind of eyeballing this painting, you see that your bard friend is beginning to peer under one. She's like grabbed one and beginning to peek under them.
I close it down like
She goes, what? There's nothing under it. You want to see? And she like picks it up. There's nothing on the plate. And she goes, look, none of them have one. And she keeps going around and like picking them up. And then she gets to one when she goes, look, see? And you pick it up, and there's a skull sitting on the plate. Another one. A human skull.
Interesting. What does this one have on its forehead?
This one, it's definitely, again, you guys have kind of identified it as the moon phases. The real question is, can you identify which phase? You're welcome to roll a nature check for this, a history, or arcana.
Oh.
Maybe not this time. You're like, I don't know that one. Great. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so Nebin, you go, oh, wait a second. That's the third quarter moon.
That's the third quarter moon, guy.
I'm getting a visual right now to see if I can't give everybody like a visual of what all these look like as you collect them. That way we can like check them off. But you,
bodies, are they any particular? Can we decide like maybe okay, we got the crescent moon head. Is there a crescent moon body particularly for it? Maybe based on what they're wearing.
That's a really good question. Roll an insight.
Oh, their buttons. What do the buttons look like? They look like crescent-shaped buttons. Insight. Okay, all right, I can do that. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20 says yes. You can rightfully identify these. Kind of looking at them, you can tell that at the far end of the table, meaning the one closest to the, I guess, painting, would probably be what we consider the new moon. And then you can kind of go through the phases from there, meaning that would be, the new moon would be 5 in the order. Across from it would be 1. So head of the table's nearest you, 1, going around clockwise, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the end, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to get, like I said, I'm going to get you guys a visual here in a second. Which means if you have the third quarter moon, that's 7 in the order. And you guys picked up the waxing, right? What I say, waxing crescent, which would be considered number 4.
I place the skull onto the fourth.
Yeah, it almost snaps on like a magnet. Click. And the skeleton doesn't move, but it just kind of sits upright. It's not animated, it's not undead, necessarily. There's no threat here, but it's almost like it's been put back together.
Okay. And I take the head, our other head, and I fasten it. Here you go, little fella. And I just pop it on top of it. 2 out of 8.
2 out of 8.
Wants to go poke in the darkness a little bit, and I take out. So and I tell everyone, by the way, there's this creepy little closet, a creepy little bit of magic darkness inside of it. I know this thing right here is really good at peeking through some magic darkness. Might be a fight. Could be a ghost rhino. Who knows?
So he refers to, of course, the kitchen at the very end of the hall. There are 3 rooms, 2 on your right and 1 on your left that you can look through or check out on your way. When she hears that you found something else, she's already beat all of you out. She's like, oh, well, we should check this one too. And she looks across the hall.
Don't have to check for traps. She'll just check for us.
This first room across the way is a little different. This looks to be some kind of parlor containing, like I said, comfortable chairs and cushions. There seems to be a game of kings and pawns, probably what we know to be chess, laid out on a table with 2 chairs on either side. They seem to be in the middle of a game. So I say they. Whoever was last here seemed to have been in the middle of a game.
Can I check to see who was winning? Like which side?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You sure can. So based on the turn counter, you guys can tell that it is the black pawn's turn, or black player's turn, and okay. And you can definitely tell that in terms of winning, it does look like... Oh, no, this is definitely an intelligence check because it's game-based. So you guys can make me an intelligence check.
I have proficiency in one type of gaming set.
Oh.
I'm going to let it be Kings and Pawns.
Hell yes. Okay, go ahead and take that proficiency to go with it and roll the intelligence on it. You may be able to actually... I'm not going to put the chess
Dirty
board
20.
up. Dirty
Natural
20!
20!
Oh! Yeah, almost at the same time,
Bobby
you guys are like,
fishing.
you're like, he's winning! And you point and recognize that the black pawns are in place to be able to win in a single move.
Ooh. Can I do the winning move? Can I move the piece into position?
Yeah, you like pick it up and you slide it. This, in fact, is the horse, or the what do they call it? That's the knight. In chess. And you pick it up and you move it in its L shape, dropping it at the spot C3. And when it clicks, or when you place it down, something clicks on the table. A hatch kind of releases from the bottom of it. And the secret compartment opens up, at the bottom. And inside, once again, you see a skull.
I pick up a skull.
Yeah, you pick it up. You're welcome to try to identify this one if you would like to, but it looks to have another symbol in it, probably one of the completing, helping you complete the set, I guess you could say.
Arcana.
Yeah, Arcana. This is...
13.
13. This is Waxing Gibbous. And Waxing Gibbous, my favorite moon. There's some information on Dot today. The Waxing Gibbous carved in its forehead lets you know that one is... Hang on, I gotta look at my notes for this one because I marked it. I think that one in the order is... 8. So, no, I'm sorry. Number 2. So it's the second moon cycle. So, for the ease sake of this, do you guys want to take all of them with you and bring them back all at once, or do we want to just say that you guys take one back every time you collect one?
I think I'll probably do it one at a time.
Do it all at once.
You want to do it all at once? I'll let the group take a vote.
Well, 2 of them are already on the next,
Yeah, 2 of them are already on. You guys have 6 more to potentially locate in the house.
I think it would be like a lot of skulls to carry all at once.
True.
I don't know. I reckon, just plop one at a time.
Way too much needed to get at one time.
I was about to say, I mean, you guys are and you guys are technically at least on the first floor. Maybe when we get to the second floor, a little different. But for now, you guys, it's literally the next room over. You run back, knowing, especially Faith, that this is the second position, and you click it onto that head. No problem. And it, once again, seems to be in the right place. The third skeleton has come to attention. And you meet the group. Now, this room has a door that exits into the room next to it, which you can rightfully assume you can also get to from the hallway. Either entrance would probably lead you to the same room. Across the way is, Faith, the room that was the other dining hall, the servants' dining quarters. Each of these rooms are very different and very interesting. Parlor B, which is attached to the room you're currently standing in, the walls are covered with petrified butterflies. It seems to be some kind of... I have no idea what you would even consider that room, other than a display room. And in the one across from it, the servants' room, it seems that the servants' dining hall was set with food left on it. It literally, it's rotted and food that has not been touched, as if they sat down when all of this went down to eat, and they were interrupted by whatever happened here in the home. More importantly, and most interesting to the naked eye, there seems to be stone rats sitting on the table. Large ones, possibly even dire rats. Let me see. Do they say anything about these? No, they just say that they're kind of there on the table.
I'd probably give one of the rats a poke and say that's a big ugly critter right there.
So you walk. I was about to say. So you walk into the room.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. That's right. I'm just gonna have you make a DC. Let's see. I'm gonna let this be a Constitution save. You need to make a Constitution saving throw. Yep.
So how does that one work then?
So that's a D20 plus your Constitution modifier, unless you are proficient. Like Constitution is something you have proficiency, then you can add 2 to it. So, what is your... Yeah, I don't think you get... Nope. You guys watch as he goes to poke it. He then turns to stone, and the rat turns to flesh. And this dire rat is going to attack, so we're going to get our first round of combat here, gang.
Fun
times, except every round you'll be able to make a saving throw again to try to come out of your stone state, we'll say. So everybody make a initiative roll. I'm going to go ahead and let Nebin also make an initiative roll so we have you in the order so that you can make those saves each time, okay?
Okay, what do I roll for initiative?
Initiative is your dexterity modifier base. So basically d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Cool.
Jesus. Brim, how many nat 20s have you rolled today?
I'm all natural.
It is like unbelievable how many 20s have been rolled today. I'm so impressed. All right.
I have been having crappy rolls all the time.
That's okay. I haven't even rolled yet. I have a feeling based on my luck today, it's not going to be good either. So, Nevin. Damn it. Faith, Otto, Nevin, damn it. I'm going to let her roll too. And I think that's everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, and the rats, of course. And let's get these dire rats all rolled up. Oops. Dire rat. Not finding it. That's okay. Just may not be it. Yeah. They don't call them dire anymore. They call them giant. And this is a 3-5 module. That's
okay. So
I'm like, some of the things I'm having to like revert to. Okay. And they will roll for their initiative. There are 3 of them. Okay. And I'm going to let them all go together. So they're probably going to go last. And I'm just going to have you call your initiative number out to me. So let's start with Dammit.
22.
Wow. Nebin?
21.
Wow. Otto?
22, natural.
Oh yeah, you got your nat, so you'll go first. And then Faith?
6.
And then let me quick roll for her. She's going to add 2 to hers. So she gets a 21 as well. So she's actually going to go after Nebin. If she decides to take any kind of action. So first up will be Otto in our order. Followed by Dammit. Followed by Nebin. Her, Ravina. Faith, and then the rats. Good thing the rats are going last. Which also means that you'll get another save, Nebin, before the rats attack.
Okay.
So let's start this off. So Otto, what do? The 3 rats on the table come to life, these dire rats.
Is Nebin the only one in this room of us?
Did anybody else step into the room?
I don't know if I want to step in. I don't know what happened to Nebin. I'm going to kind of get as close as I can to him without getting into the room. And then chuck a javelin at one of these big fat nasty rats.
Yeah, for sure. You can totally do that.
Like, I'll help you from a distance, good sir. 30-20.
That's a hit for sure, no doubt. You skewer this thing. Just roll the damage.
5 piercing damage?
Yeah. You skewer it to the table. It's still kicking and moving because it has like 2 HP left, but like basically it's dead. You've skewered this fleshy thing to the table.
Yeah, I'm using Devin as I'm hiding behind him because he's made of rocks.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Great. Let's move right along. Damn it. You're up. You watch Otto not into the room and toss a javelin through, and it skewers one of the dire rats to the table.
Yeah, so I'll, pick up on the fact that he didn't go in, kind of hover around behind his legs, and, use vicious mockery on one of the rats. But the insults are more along the line of how they're the cleanest rat he's ever seen. That smells like roses. He's assuming that's insulting to a rat.
Oh. For sure. He says, well, he doesn't say anything because he's a rat. He gets a save, though, doesn't he?
He gets a wisdom save, yeah.
Okay. Well, he's a rat, so he rolled a 2 and a 2. It was not meant to be today for our rat friend. He takes great insult to this statement and does, in fact, take that damage. So roll it up for me.
It's only a D4.
That's all right. He's only a rat. Okay, you watch as it rears back as if something is writhing in its mind. It can't really talk. I know everybody thinks that all the animals in all of my games talk. Well, that's not true. Some of them don't talk, and this would be one of them. It still seems to be alive, but it seems distracted, like I said, as if you're in its brain. Nebin, let's try to get another save from you. This is a Constitution save.
Okay.
Nope. You are aware of what's going on around you, but you're basically a stone statue, so you're like, and you're watching the rats, like, one gets skewered to the table next to you. You know, things are happening. So
yeah, I'm just kind of hoping I don't get rat guts on me. I think at this point. My finery, yes.
Yeah, rat guts on me. Well, so far, it's been a pretty clean kill here. We've not had too much blood and guts, but that does make it her turn. She sees all this going on, and instead of going in, she's gonna cast Bardic Inspiration, because she can do that. I mean, she saw what Otto was up to and likes his vibe, so she's going to cast Bardic Inspiration on you. Otto.
I feel the beat.
Yes. So that gives you, I believe, a +4 roll. Is that right?
D6.
D6. Sorry, I don't play bards very often. That's all new to me. D6. So the creature gains 1 Bardic Inspiration die. So the next round you can use that D6 there, Rem. And she stands back and she begins playing the same song she came here with on repeat. In the hallway. She sings it loud and proud too. Making it Faith's turn. Faith. You see they're all technically alive. There's one that has taken no damage.
I reach with my hand, and from that, this wispy gold hand reaches out and grabs one of them, the rat's by the throat, and it strangles it.
Do you go you go in the room?
No, I cast Shield Touch.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, and you grab it. Do you do damage? Or are you making okay,
it's a cast.
Oh, cool. Very nice idea. That will do it. A 17 will definitely hit. Roll that damage.
5.
Oh, the chill touch reaches out as if nowhere and grabs this dire rat by the throat. You hear it, its tongue like pokes out of its face as it and it begins to freeze over like a popsicle, taking 5 necrotic damage. Man. It is still alive, but it is barely moving. You've pretty much all but killed it. And that brings it to the rat's turn. They make a bold choice to, let's see, one of them skewered to the table so he can't take action. The other two, overcoming, with what little bit of energy they have left, they are going to make a bite attack at our stone Nebin. Does a 17 hit you, Nebin? Your AC?
My AC, armor class 13.
Armor class, nope. So it beats it. So they do hit you. Okay, and that one meets. So both of them begin biting away at the stone.
Real quick, though, I can use fighting style protection since I'm right next to him. Use reaction. Oh, dang it. I have to have a shield. Never mind.
You don't have a shield.
That's dumb of you, auto-generator.
So first bite, you take 5 points of damage. The next one, you take 4. So 9 total, Nebin. As you can feel in your stone state, them clawing and biting away at your stone structure. That's their turn, and it now becomes Otto's turn. Don't forget you have
probably screaming internally at this point.
Yeah, you're like, oh!
Okay. I get the Warhammer out.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of these rats has the most hit points? I'm gonna.
You can see the one that's not skewered to the table, or that had that now has necrotic damage all over it. Probably has the most life left.
Bang bang da, 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 da.
Hit.
15.
Hit.
And does this make it not alive anymore? Dang it!
It does make it not alive. Actually, that one does kill that one. Not a problem.
And in turn, I'm still staying outside that room. I don't want to go in.
Yeah, you're like, okay. I think we got one. One's down. One is skewered to the table, and it's bleeding out profusely, so you can rightfully imagine it may just die on its own. If somebody feels like putting it out of its misery, you can. There's only one left that can actually do damage to Nebin. And that makes it Damit's turn. Come on, Damit.
Damit will, continue the same course. Probably... mocking the size of its tail and how it's much shorter than most other rats he's seen.
Yeah, for sure. Nebin, you are getting a nat 20 on your next roll.
Hooray!
Yep, you can thank Tome Eclipse for that one out there. If I'm missing people's donations and nat 20s, please let me know, and I will
Thank
get
you
those
very much.
So just know, I let you use nat 20s when you want to, but you have to call it before your roll.
Okay.
And it just replaces needing to roll. All right, continue, damn it. Let's make this attack.
So he has to make a wisdom saving.
Oh, it makes the... Oh, that's right. You're going to do 13?
13 is my DC, yes.
Is it? Okay, so it meets. This time around, it notices what you do, and it turns and looks at you with these beady little rat eyes. As if, I'm too smart for you to do it again. I don't know why it talks like a pirate. Arr! Says this dire rat.
It's a pirate.
The Next great NPC character working on that. And that makes it her turn. She still continues to play in the hallway. Knowing that Faith will be next, she actually gives her bardic inspiration to Faith. And that makes it Nebin. Oh, I'm so sorry. Nebin, you get your turn to try to break free of the stone.
Okay, so I can either use this nat 20 now, or I can save it for another time. Is that right?
Correct.
Interesting. I don't know. What do people think? Is this a good time to use it?
I mean, if you want to get out of your stone state, it might be.
It's going to be super cool busting out of that stone and rocks flying everywhere, and you bust a rat upside the head.
That is true. That would look pretty cool. I think I'm going to go for it.
All right, cool. Yeah, you use that 20 to like free. Stone goes flying everywhere just for shits and giggles. This rat is gonna have to make a dex. He does make it a piece. Your stone exterior goes flying. It like dodges. It is at your feet. You have exactly one turn. You can take your movement action and get out of the room. If you do not, you're gonna have to make the save again. As long as you're in the room, you'll keep turning to stone.
Oh right. Oh, in that case, let's get out of there, shall we?
Okay.
I like an acrobatics roll or something.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, make me an acrobatics. I was gonna say, I bet you dive for the door.
Pretty much. Whether I do so with any grace or not, we'll find out soon enough. There you go. To me, not very gracefully.
You don't do it. You all but belly flop into the stone floor as you slide, hurting yourself probably, out of the door. You bang into your two, or the people standing there at the door. Faith, it is your turn with one rat left.
I will be grabbing my cane. And it's cane that is made of silver, and it's on top of it. There's this skull.
Oh, cool. All right. One rat left.
And I stab through the temple.
Yeah, it kind of comes over as if it's trying to get the feet, Nebin's feet, as he's trying to get out of the room. And you're able to, like, just kind of reach in and stab it. So go ahead and make the attack.
And I'm going to do 2 hands. Oh, that's one.
No! Yeah, it doesn't. You, like, miss it. It kind of, like, dodges you. Wait. It still won't make a difference. I was going to say, I added D6 to that, but it's okay because you guys are all outside of the room, and it's very clear the rat will not cross the threshold.
That was a bad time in there, guys. I would not recommend that to anyone.
She walks over and, like, closes the door, panting. And you realize the sound of the rats stop the moment the door closes.
Open and peek back to see if the sound keeps going again.
You peer back in, the room is completely reset.
Oh, stone rats and everything are in the reformed. Ooh. Let's not go.
I think we have to destroy all of the rats.
She goes, I'm not, she's like, I don't even want to go in there anymore. She's like, look, this room has butterflies.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was a bad time in there. I don't want to do that all over again. And what do my injuries look like after I got turned back from stone?
You kind of come back. There's like scratches and just small bites, like up and down. Probably your legs is where they attacked you. was looking to see if it gives me any more information. It doesn't.
Here's an idea.
Doesn't Bard have some sort of ability that lets me like heal either myself or others?
You guys could potentially take a short rest, or somebody may have a spell that can heal you, if you want.
I can cast Healing Word.
There you go. Yeah, you could give some health back when you see how like scratched up and injured Nebin is from the rats.
While all that's going on, Otto wants to take one of his take his rope, make like a noose out of it, and use the bardic inspiration to try and loop one of these rat statues to just drag it out of the room.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
That's just a basic. If you athletics is probably better for you than a dexterity based.
I'm gonna help.
Okay.
Okay. So that was done at advantage. So this, and then this. Yep. 27, including bardic inspiration.
Yeah, that's bad. That's badass. You like. You rope one of them and pull it all the way out of the room. When it crosses the threshold, it turns to dust.
Okay. Hey guys, let's do
that.
1 out of 3.
Let's do that instead.
So I loop another rat.
Okay.
I guess while they're healing and doing all that stuff, I'm just rat looping.
Yep. Loop another. I'd say at 27, you managed to loop all the rats.
Yeah.
And pull them all out, and they poof to dust.
Anything else installed inside that room that I can see?
Yeah. Now, as video games are wont to do, you guys get that. As the room clears of its whatever spell was holding all of this in place.
Put my hand in.
Yeah, no stone. You guys are free and to search the room if you so see fit.
Okay.
Awesome.
It doesn't take you guys long to realize there's not a whole lot in this room, other than a door that leads to the kitchen, Otto, where you were interested in where you kind of interested earlier. More importantly, there doesn't seem to be, from what you can tell, anything in here other than stone rats and rotting food.
I think I definitely pay compliment to Damit's insult giving after being saved from that room. I'd say, tell you what, you gave those rats some sick burns in there. I gotta say, you're the best damn kobold bard I've ever seen.
I know, right?
Kobold, he's pretty much just like a rat on 2 legs. He's really good at just talking smack to the 4-leg walkers. I kind of whisper over to him.
4-leg walkers.
I go into the kitchen. It's like, all right, guys, this kitchen's got a pantry. This pantry's got something creepy in it, something dark and scary. But I got this here magic juice box. Go chuck this Capri Sun in there, light it all up, see what it is. We're gonna take it out and get us another skull.
Sure enough. 4 health go back to Nebin. Thank you. And go ahead. You enter the kitchen. Let me kind of give all of you a little bit more information here about this kitchen. So the kitchen, it's the largest room you've been in thus far. It's about 35 feet long, 15 by 35. Clearly a kitchen, civil work tables, large fireplace that dominates the most northern wall, as well as a large collection of utensils, jars, pans. There is a row of clay jars resting on a shelf along the south wall, and sitting on the largest of the tables is a wooden bowl containing 3 oddly colored apples. There's a bright blue one, a bright red one, and a yellow one. There's a narrow stairwell that leads up to the 2nd floor, off kind of on your left, and another door that has already been locked and kind of barred thanks to Otto that leads outside. You can still hear the rhino as it walks past, still circling the house.
Otto is going to grab like a kitchen knife and cut the green apple in half.
You slice right through it.
Anything weird about it inside?
I'm guessing you touch it. Is that what happens?
Yeah, but he's wearing gloves.
Okay. Your gloves turn green.
Oh, they just turn green?
They turn the same color as the apple.
So the knife is green too now, correct?
Correct.
I just touched the knife to the purple apple.
Purple knife.
Touched it to the other colored apple.
Blue is what I said? Blue. Bright blue.
I go to one of the little kitchen windows, scoot up in a bit, and chuck half of that green apple out to the rhino.
You toss it out. It takes a few minutes for the rhino to come back around. You're like looking for it, and sure enough, it like stops and it's like, and it takes the whole apple down in one bite. It is now a green rhino, vibrant kind of green color.
Yeah. We can't miss it now. It cannot. We're going to see this thing coming.
That's true. At this point forward, I will give you an advantage on spotting the green rhino.
Got it.
There are still 2 apples. You guys are welcome to do as you please with them. Based on just the little bit of investigation Otto just did, there's nothing poisonous about them, but they do seem to have some kind of curse based on color. So anything that touches it turns the color of the apple.
Okay, I'm going to just get like a little burlap sack. Or if there's like a little jar of sorts, put them in that jar. I'm sure it's going to turn all kinds of tie-dye colors.
You pull open... Oh, you wanted to check out the jar. So you open the jar.
Oh. Stone rat attacks from the jar.
Yeah, go ahead and just... I mean, I'm going to have you roll an investigation for this one, because it does have a thing.
Okay. Right.
There's a thing in the jar. A thing in the jar.
Thing in the jar.
Most of the jars seem to just have, like, dry goods in them. Rice...
9. Guys, this thing in this jar.
Nope, you don't find nothing. You put some apples in. There's a jar of rice. The rice turns blue.
Dabba-dee, dabba-da. Okay.
Pretty normal. Yep.
There's something weird about this jar, you guys. I'm feeling... Anyone want to check it out? You, lady who can only sing one song.
Do we?
I grab a jar and look in.
Yeah, you look in. You don't see anything now but blue rice. You guys could dump the jar out. It's just
okay, yeah.
You guys kind of like, shh. When you dump it out, something ting, ting, tings. Yeah.
Yeah, I just pour it out.
Yeah, you pour it out and you see it instantly, Faith. There's a ring, a gold ring inside of it. It is...
I take it.
You pick it up. It imbues you with some kind of feeling of magic. You're welcome to try to identify it on an arcana if you'd like.
Okay. Let's open.
Shoop.
13.
It takes you a minute based on the vibes that you're getting. This is probably some kind of ring of protection. Ring of protection +1, in fact.
Ooh. Keeping the rice from getting wet.
Correct.
I'd probably say to Otto, having seen this magic dying apple, like, maybe we could take these home and start up some sort of business. I mean, instant clove dye, that should be worth something, right?
Yeah, so you guys can try to put them in something. You can put them in the jars. You can empty the jars. They'd fit in there.
Yeah, I'll empty a jar and chuck them in there and put them in the backpack.
Yeah, exactly. And the jars change the color, so you now have a blue jar and a yellow jar, but, again, not doing damage or harm or anything to you.
Yeah, I put the ring on my finger.
The pantry where the presence was coming from is still there. This time, though, the door is cracked. As if something has either... Did you crack it open?
At one point, I looked inside, so it had to have been open.
The question is, did you close it behind you?
I don't know what it did. He was scared. Perhaps. So, okay, guys.
I push open the door with my cane.
Yeah, you you pull it towards you, really, because it's a pantry, so it opens out. You there is pitch black darkness on the inside. Magic darkness, in fact.
I take out my fairy fire jar and pop the cork.
You kind of pop it, and you're like waiting. Roll me an insight, Otto, because the last time you were here, you could feel the presence of something. You're not sure if it's there anymore.
Oh, really?
10. You're unsure. The darkness is very impenetrable, and is beyond anything that you've probably ever seen like this. And so, you're not really sure. You could look into the darkness.
Take my 10-point fall, and I'm gonna start just.
Yeah.
You in there, creepy thing?
You poke around. Your poking doesn't do anything but hit walls, but you do hear the tinging of some things on shelves, like glass bottles, maybe potion bottles, and something rolls across the stone floor.
Skulls are spherical shaped. I see. Faith, get your cane and like shepherd's hook it.
Yeah. Cool.
I just try to fish it out with my cane.
Yeah, it takes you a second, you get it, no problem, and sure enough, the skull comes rolling out.
Yeah. I think
This one, you instantly recognize. It doesn't. You guys are kind of beginning to pick up on the vibe. This is, of course, the full moon symbol. The full moon symbol being the kind of first one at the head of the table, and you're able to run back and click it in place. And sure enough, Faith, the head of the table sits upright.
I tell everybody, keep in mind, when I first found this creepy door, there was a creepy something inside of it. It doesn't seem to be there anymore, and the door's cracked when we got here, so there might be something scary lurking around that we might just decide to come pay us a visit at some point. So let's stay aware, stay alive. And
That's confirmed you.
Do what?
That you have to confirm it, not like assume.
I mean, I'll tell you this. Otto was pretty sure there was something in here. Based on the door being creaked open, he can also rightfully assume it might have left. But where it is the question. This is not the first thing that has fought you guys behind closed doors. So things could be running around. It is also a haunted manor. And she reminds you of that. She's like, I wonder if there was another ghost.
Let's hope its name is Casper. Not that I know anything about that, but...
Yeah.
And I get my Warhammer and shield out and just start taking things.
Yeah, and she goes, should we search the last room or down here, or do we just go upstairs?
Just check the last room. Yeah, make sure it's not in there.
You guys kind of peer in. This room's full, like I said, of butterflies. The walls are covered in them. But most importantly, in the center of the room is a table that has 3 live butterflies. Sitting on a table is a jar which contains what appear to be 3 live butterflies. At the bottom of that jar is a golden yellow gemstone.
And what kind of butterflies are these? Like,
these are just 3 random butterflies. Like I said, it's a collection of them, so whoever it was kind of a connoisseur of studying them, but in terms of them being a specific butterfly, it doesn't seem of import. They're not terribly rare, just a collection. What does seem odd is the ones on the walls are not alive. The ones in the jars are.
What if we hold the jar with the gemstone close to the ones on the wall and see if it does anything?
Kind of pick it up and begin moving it around, looking for a signal, you know. You don't
like
find
check
anything.
Full service.
Yeah, you don't really find after thing. We'll count that as 1 round.
Oh,
damn it! We'll pick a butterfly off the wall and start munching on it.
Yeah, you kind of like pluck one off the wall and begin munching. As you begin munching on one, the other butterflies in the room begin like their wings begin to flutter at a more like solidly more rapid pace, as if they were going to take flight.
Oh, I think they like being eaten.
Maybe they don't like it. They're trying to get out.
You hear the like as one butterfly begins to take flight, and then a second, and a third, and a fourth, and then about 10, 12, and a swarm of butterflies begins to pan off the wall and come to life.
I pop open the lid and let these out.
The 3 joined them, and all of you roll me a perception.
Yeah, you
She
butterfly.
goes, maybe we should have done that?
19.
She goes, that's not good. And she points, in Faith, you realize that the butterflies are getting bigger. These 3. They're beginning to grow.
Ooh.
Yeah, damn it, you're like, I'm a small person. I know that's gonna be a big butterfly when it's done. She goes, maybe we should just close the door?
Take the gemstone.
Before it gets too big.
Yes! Are they like fusing together to like an uberfly?
They're not an uberfly. They seem to be growing each individually in size, but we can say they transmorph into one ginormous butterfly.
Oh, we can now. Okay.
Why not? Why not? It's Transformer Butterfly.
I might try and hit it. Why not? I'm going to go for an attack.
Yeah, go ahead. Make a quick hit.
Okay.
It's Mothra.
But so what do you roll for that then? Is it 1d20?
What are you what are you attacking with?
I'd use my longsword.
So it will be your strength modifier.
Okay. What about if I've got a rapier as well? Would that be dexterity?
No. Unless you monks, I think monks and rogues are the only ones that use dexterity for attack. Everybody else uses.
Rapiers can be chosen.
Oh, are they? Okay, are they? Then you could choose to use it, and it would be as long as you're proficient in it. You could also add your proficiency bonus, which I think is.
Monk has a class that can use longsword for dexterity.
That's true. There you go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go for a rapier then.
So D20 plus your dex plus your proficiency, which is 2.
Cool.
To see if it hits. That is definitely a hit, sir.
Yay!
Yay!
How dark is this room?
It's not dark at all. This is probably, and now, you know, like windows coming in through, or light coming in through dusty windows. Things are a little bit more lit. You do hit it. Go ahead and roll some damage, which will be, you said it was a rapier.
I have no idea what that is.
I think it's a D6. Hang on, I can tell you that. Your rapier is a D8, so you're going to roll 1d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, cool.
All right, and that is 5. If you take 5, or this butterfly, this first one, takes 5 points of damage, and you slice through its wing. This giant one goes to the ground. The 600 of them all turn, look at you, and fly to swarm all of you.
I think I'd probably go like, aha, I saved the day, and then they all start to swarm. I'm like, shit.
And they like swarm and like dive bomb towards all of you.
I snap my fingers, and with that I use 2 sorcery points to cast darkness.
Nice. On all of you?
Yes, and I can see in that darkness.
Okay.
With my class ability called Eyes of the Dark.
Eyes of the Dark. Okay, you guys cast it on you. It goes dark for all of you. All you can feel are butterflies still fluttering around you. You may have blinded all of you, but you didn't blind the butterflies just fly into the darkness and begin like... You can hear all of them fluttering around all of you.
So they can see.
Damit's gonna grab his horn.
It's not that they can see. Just because you cast darkness doesn't mean they can't fly into it. Yeah. If you wanted to blind them, you should have cast darkness on them. Not on yourself, because you cast it on you, right?
Yeah, I mean that like I'm in a room in this.
Yeah, so darkness, the way the spell works is you have to cast it on an item or on a thing. So what did you actually physically cast it on? Because it's a sphere?
It's a sphere, so it's I guess it's on the central mass of the butterflies.
Oh, okay, so you do cast it on the butterflies. So you cast darkness on one of the butterflies, like in the middle. The darkness glow booms out from them. They clearly can no longer see, like fluttering around, and they begin to kind of, some of them leave the darkness fluttering, reading one another's, but they're not necessarily flying at you anymore. Your bard friend goes, maybe we should just close the door and leave.
There's a skull in here.
I was about to say, we had to kill all the rats to get the thing, right? Maybe you have to kill all the
You just didn't get anything when you killed all of the rats. Yeah. There was no skull in that room.
We got a nice satisfying noise, didn't we? Like a
yeah, like the room is clear, but there was no sign of there being a skull in this room. Now, who had the jar and opened it for the butterflies?
That was me.
Yeah,
it's a gemstone.
Yeah, you dump the gem out in your hand, and as it comes out of the jar, you realize that it's not near as valuable as it looked inside the jar.
Dang it.
It goes, you estimated it probably at 1,000 gold pieces in the jar. When it came out, it's more like 100 gold pieces.
That's 100 gold pieces I didn't have before.
True
and
story.
I put it in my pocket.
And you pocket it. And she begins playing the song again. And as she does, the butterflies begin to subside, taking their place back on the wall. The big butterflies shrink, finding their way back into the jar. She goes, oh, look. And she begins to strum again, as if settling the room back to its original state.
How did you know that that was going to happen?
I didn't. I just know that it soothes me.
Where are you from exactly, Riviana?
Oh, just a small town outside of Waterdeep. Where are you exactly from? I don't trust you anymore.
I'll probably give her another raised eyebrow as she sort of strums her happy little tune and then leave the room. Yeah. Yeah, I'm out of there.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, you walk out. She's with you. She's like, maybe we should just go upstairs and keep going. You guys still have 4 more to find, I believe. You found 4 of 8. You have 4 more to go.
Yeah, let's go upstairs.
Yeah. Would you guys like to take the staircase in the kitchen or the one at the front of the house?
Front of the house.
Yeah.
Cool. Click, click, click. You guys go right on upstairs. You're beginning to kind of get the vibe that this was, obviously they were a wealthy person, because the house is really quite beautiful, in fact. As you come up the stairs, you have to kind of round a corner, and when you do, you stare down a long hallway, once again. There is 2 perpendicular hallways that kind of like intersect it, and then a series of rooms, obviously. If you look down the first hallway to the right, there seem to be 4 doors. If you do the one at the very end, the hallway at the end, that it L-shapes into, it seems to like dead end, potentially in some kind of bedroom.
Could you say that again? You got a little warbly.
Oh, I'm sorry. As you get to the end of the hall, it kind of makes an L shape. When you look down, it dead ends into a door, to some kind of room.
Well, that door might have a skull behind it.
Well, there could be lots and lots of skulls behind lots and lots of doors. Do you guys want to do what we did downstairs, which is like all share just a quick investigation of what's upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and everybody just roll me an investigation, and we'll just make it that a quick little quick search to speed our process.
17.
Nice, very nice, and a 20 from
11.
Dammit. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, that's a note from me.
Okay, so here's what we kind of find. So we'll start at like I did last time, and kind of work our way up. So Nebbit, you go to kind of the end, and find the staircase that connects to the kitchen. Okay, which is like literally straight in front of you. In addition, there's a room directly next to it. You kind of peek in this room. It is a bathroom. It's disgusting. You close the door very quickly. It's gross. There's like, when you open it, it's a 10 by 20 room. Surprised to find that rain is pouring from the ceiling. Mold and other vegetation has grown across the floor and walls. At the far end of the chamber is a metal tub which is overflowing with algae-filled water. Alright, that's one thing that we find, or that you find. Moving up the investigation ladder, we look at Otto. Otto also goes towards the end and kind of looks at the rooms around the L-shaped bin. What I'm calling room 16 and 17 for ease sake. When you peek in room 16, this seems to be some kind of changing room or private private changing room. Kind of like it's attached to the bathroom itself. Pretty normal. There's an ornate desk, mirror, chairs, and pegs of which he might have had wizardly robes hanging from.
I'm going to search that desk when it's my turn to do some searching.
Correct. And actually, we'll say that you, as part of this kind of look through things, you find nothing in the desks. Do you look in the mirror? Is the real question.
Oh, yeah, I got to make sure I look good.
Okay, go ahead and just make me a Constitution saving throw.
Damn it!
Okay. And
What did I do?
And then at 15, you also find his bedroom is what this is attached to. His like master bedroom. All of this seems to be pretty normal.
I'm rolling 5.
5. You find his bedroom. You realize that this room in between the bathroom and his bedroom is this changing room. When you peer in the mirror, you go blind. For a couple rounds, we'll say, till you kind of get back. But your eyes you're like, oh god, and you go completely blind as you kind of feel your way back.
Guys!
Up our ladder, we have, you're like, guys, as it yells out. So that would be our Faith. Faith, you find other things, other than blinding mirrors. You search some of the closer rooms here, before you get to the end of the hallway. We're gonna call those 10 and 12. Room 10 catches your eye. Bedroom of some kind, dresser, chair, all of kind of unremarkable standing. There's nothing special about them. Except for the ornate chest resting in the northwestern corner. It appears to be made of some kind of wood and reddish hue, and that's kind of what you get when you peer into that room. You go down to the next room, which is also another bedroom. This one seems to be more of a guest bedroom. There is a dresser with, you know, a silver hand mirror, comb, and stuff kind of sitting on it. But yeah, it's this ornate chest in the first bedroom that really catches your eye. And then on our 20, this is good. On our 20 roll that we got from Dammit, you check out the last of the other rooms. You locate a library. There seems to be like hundreds and hundreds of books, a big ornate desk. It's the largest room on this floor by far. And there seems to be some kind of gargoyle sitting in the corner, as well as an open research book on the desk. Kind of normal things there. Let's see if there's... Oh! In one corner, there stands an assembled suit of plate mail armor clutching a sword. Take that for what you will. Something about this room gives you the super heebie-jeebies, and you might even be being watched again. And then you find 2 closets. That's it. They're just basic closets. Storage of stuff. In closet B, this is fun. In closet B, the second one you find, when you open it to your eyes, you see about a dozen gemstones sitting on the floor.
Oh, I'll pick them up.
30 gemstones, each worth 1 gold each. Okay. As you you just pick up some of them, not all of them.
I'll try to grab as many as I can.
Okay, you kind of grab them all. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. You're gonna love this. Thank you out there, I saw that. Oops, wrong one. That's not the window I want. Stop it. Stop it. You get a 14. That's enough. As you scoop them and pull back, raking them free of the door, just in time for an exact same amount of them. Literally, what does it say? 40, nope, here's how I'll do this. I'll tell you exactly how many. This is 12 giant gemstones fall from the ceiling, exactly where your head was, clanking to the floor. They literally, like, shoot from the ceiling down, replacing the ones. You probably would have taken some damage had you not moved.
Okay. I'm smart enough not to try that again.
But you do have...
Make it bigger gemstones.
I was about to say, you do have 30 gemstones. Yeah, they're larger, but there's 30 of them. You guys kind of reconvene and share your findings.
Before I regroup, I go to the chest and try to open it with my cane.
Yes, that's that bedroom, that number 10 bedroom that you were in. Okay, you begin to feel this momentary dizziness in your vision, and you begin to blur. When you're clear, this is funny. When you get to it, and your vision, like, clears up, everything seems somewhat larger. How tall are you?
About 5 feet and
some change.
Mm.
Okay, not quite 6 foot. This is, you begin to, you're about a 1/12 of your normal height. So you shrink a few inches, probably 4 or 5 inches, than you were. As the dizziness passes, you look in amazement at your surrounding. The chest, which was 2 feet high, now stands a little taller. In fact, the entire room has grown. Movement beneath the bed begins to catch your attention. But I'm going to let you go ahead, since the first thing that you wanted to do was open this chest and try to get into it. So go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check. It is locked. Huh? A 14! that'll do it. It takes you a second, and you're like, everything's bigger than usual, and it clicks open. Inside of this is another box, a metal box containing, yep. You barely can peek over it at this point, as you can feel yourself still shrinking. There's a large metal box containing 100 gold coins and one of the skulls. You will be able, at this size, to either carry the skull or the gold.
I take the skull.
You literally, it's almost like a kid reaching into something, like, scoop it up. It looks this big in your, like, tiny arms, and you're like, huh. And you turn and look, and the scuttering under the bed scutters out at you now. And it is a centipede. Much larger than your average centipede. It just begins, like, coming towards you. I'm gonna let you make a dex, or some kind of, if you don't want to attack it, and you want to exit the room, you can, or we can do a little combat. But you guys hear, this, all of you. One, you've heard Otto yell out, "Hey guys!" because he's blind. The rest of you have found a few things, and about this time, Faith is beginning to shrink.
Turn to the centipede and place the skull on the floor, and start tapping my cane on my palm, and say, "Well, don't worry, I'm gentle."
Are you trying to do something to, like, to animal handle it, or are you trying to, like,
No,
scare it?
I'm just saying that I'm gonna kick his ass.
Oh, I see. It seems unconcerned by that and continues to quickly run at you. So, I'll let you go ahead and take the first hit.
I'm gonna cast as a bonus action.
Oh.
Shadow Blade.
Okay, Shadow Blade.
And on where my cane is, it becomes this massive sword.
Probably much bigger than before, like Keyblade style.
And it's this shadowy thing, and I go to beneath the. How small am I? Like,
at this point, you're shrinking pretty rapidly. You've been in here about 3 rounds, so you will say that you're shrinking at 4 inches around. So you've shrunk about a foot at this point. You're about 4 feet from 5 feet.
So I'm smaller than the. Is there any dark crevices or anything?
The bed is where it crawled out from. You're not that short yet.
Okay.
Like, you're not, like, tiny. You're about 4 feet, so you're the average small child size.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the on the just outside the room.
Okay, yeah, you want to make a bolt for it. So just go ahead and make me either an athletics or a acrobatics check, depending on how you want to exit the room, to get out and try to see if you can beat the centipede. Now, it is still relatively small in comparison to your size. It's just a centipede. It's not like a giant centipede, but a box within a box. That's right.
Okay, so that's
athletics or acrobatics.
4.
Oh, you start to run, and maybe it's the weight of the skull, but you trip. And all of you in the hallway hear a thud and the rolling of something out of the room. The skull's out of the room, but Faith is not. Let's cut camera. Otto is wandering about the hallway blind. Dammit and Nebin, what are you up to?
Dammit's wandering back. Obviously, he heard his name called earlier, so he's going back to see who called out for him. Yeah, just to assess the situation. He probably sees the skull rolling across the hallway and runs up to the room to see what's going on.
You run up and you see a smaller Faith, again, still, like, shrinking, and there's a centipede of decent size, like an average centipede of about a foot or so, that's coming at Faith, but at Faith's size, could be quite deadly in terms of the poison. Do you want to take action before I let Faith react?
I will cast. I will give Bardic Inspiration to Faith quickly.
Yeah, you're like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So, Faith, go ahead if you want to get out of the room one more time before the centipede gets to you. And you can...
I'm gonna attack it.
Oh, you are gonna attack it? Alright, then you can take the D6 if you hit, right? Or is it get added to the actual attack?
Okay, so let's see. Shadow Blade, Okay, simple melee attack. So it's D20 plus dexterity, I guess. Because it's the finesse weapon.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna press the...
When you cast a spell, the damage increases to 4d8. Okay, so let's look at... So you're gonna attack with this sword. Okay, so you need to actually make the attack, which is so D20 plus a basic melee weapon attack, which would be strength.
It's a finesse weapon.
Okay, so with dex, so go ahead and make the actual attack though. With this weapon, because basically what you do is you cast Shadow Blade, but you have to use it now. So roll the D20 plus your there you go, 16. That definitely hits. Great.
2d8.
Yep. So start with 2d8 plus you get a d6 as well. Don't forget that he just gave that to you as Bardic Inspiration. Oh, you're gonna need it. Roll a d6. Nice. Okay, so totaling 6 points of damage on this centipede. It does rear back.
No, it's 2. I think because it adds the dexterity modifier, so it's 4.
Oh, the first time around. Yeah, so 4 and 4 is 8. So full. Okay, great. So full 8 points. You slice, you get some of its, like, limbs off, and it kind of now moves in an odd way as if it's missing many of its, like, legs. So it's not quite as, it's not moving at, quite as quick of a pace. I guess this puts us in full initiative round. So
is it dim light?
In this room? No, actually. This room is lit with a candelabra hanging from, or like a chandelier type thing hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one's not considered dim light. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go with the same initiative order if everybody's cool with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool, Otto. Do me a favor.
Followed the noise by this point to the. I think I would have probably got to investigate as well.
Yeah. You guys are all kind of headed that way. So Otto, do me a favor. Just roll a Constitution save to see if you can come out of your blindness.
15.
That'll do it. Maybe it's the heightened adrenaline, knowing that fighting's happening and you're not involved in it, but you come free. So that we'll say that that's your turn. Damn it is your turn. What do you do seeing Faith having attacked the centipede?
I'll go with the tried and true and start mocking the centipede.
Great, from the door. Brilliant.
Yeah. Go
ahead and do it again. It's just a centipede. It doesn't really have that much.
Yeah, so you just need to make a wisdom saving throw for him. And...
Centipede wisdom saving throw. Let me see if that's even a thing. Is that even a thing? It might be a thing. Cool. You said wisdom?
Yes.
Well, it's just a centipede.
Wow,
that is a brilliant centipede. It does, in fact, make that. That's stupid, because that's a -2. That means I rolled a nat 20 and a 19. And sure enough, it's like, it doesn't even seem to care that this has happened to it.
The wisest centipede of all.
The wisest centipede that has ever centipeded. But it seems to be very close to death. So one more good hit. And that does actually make it Nebin's turn as you round the corner and see the centipede trying to attack Faith inside of this room. And Dammit has one of the skulls under his arms. And Faith is kind of tiny.
Yeah, I think seeing like tiny Faith battling with a centipede, I'm a bit confused for a second. But then I'll try and give it a prod with my rapier. I'll try and stab down on the centipede and finish it off.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Brilliant centipede becomes our next great NPC. That will hit.
Yay! I skewer it.
Yeah,
Achoo.
go ahead and make. I just need to see how much damage you actually roll. I
Okay,
think you'll probably
yeah.
kill it, but just to be on the safe side.
Was it just 1d8? Was it?
1d8
Was it
plus
plus
your
dexterity?
strength. Yeah, or dex. I'm sorry. Yeah, your finesse.
Okay.
Yep, that'll do it. You skewer it right through the head, and the centipede goes limp as the room stands silent. And you guys have another skull.
I probably turned towards Dammit, like, you still hungry? This might taste better than those butterflies. You never know.
Dammit will eat anything, and yeah, he'll break off a couple of legs and try them.
Sweet.
It's
Centipede,
definitely
kebab.
an acquired taste, to say the least. It's got a hard outside, so you have to get to the meat on the inside of the leg. But it's kind of greasy, really, and could use salt and maybe somebody to warm it up a little bit. Just the basics.
Nathan was probably half joking, and then he just watches him start to eat it, slightly horrified, but impressed at the same time. Yeah.
What's up, Faith?
Yeah, but the Shadowblade just turns back to the gain. I go try to get back to the in the outside the room.
Oh yeah, once you leave, you guys watch Faith grow back to normal size. You're beginning to realize, actually, your bard friend, Riviana, she says, I'm beginning to get the feeling that this place is just chaos.
It is too much. I like this place.
It is definitely strange, but have you seen the library? And she looks right at Dammit.
I saw a library with big stone thing and big metal thing.
She says it is quite beautiful. There's a book open. I wonder if it's important.
Did you look? Did you see the library, Riviana?
I did.
Okay.
I mean, I peered in behind Dammit. Then he went blind, and people started yelling, and skulls were rolling across the floor, and the centipede. So I just came back here. I could play a song if you want me to.
I look at Dammit. Was she behind you? Was she looking over your shoulder?
Dammit, probably. Yeah, he'd probably pay attention to where she is.
Yeah, I mean, you know that she would have also, searched this floor. She's kind of followed you guys behind your footsteps, not actively doing things before you. So she's been waiting on all of you to take action. So she probably was there and, peered in. But in terms of, how closely she followed those kind of things, she was just around the floor. Kind of.
And I was paying much more attention to a closet that's like a gem vending machine.
Yeah. Precisely. Yeah. She says, do you guys want to go in? And she kind of creaks the door open and shows it to you. This being this kind of big 20-foot by 30-foot library. Large oak desk, like I said, in the middle with an open book on it. Otto, roll me an insight.
Okay. Real quick, though, that mirror that I looked into that made me...
Blind?
Well, yeah. How big is the mirror?
It's a dressing mirror, so it's one of those tall, long ones that you might stand and look at your full body in.
Okay, because we could probably use this as a weapon if we find something we don't like.
That is true.
Instead, Otto will just take his hammer and smash the mirror.
Oh, you walk back in and smash it? Yeah, it shatters.
Okay, I want to take a shard of the mirror and wrap it up in a piece of cloth and put it in my backpack. Yeah,
you find a piece of old robe that has what's left of it from the moths having eaten it, and you wrap it up.
Okay. All right. I'm done.
Cool. That insight though. Do you roll that for me?
Oh,
yeah. You come back with a piece of glass and you're like, hey, check out what I've got.
Hey guys. Oh my, this place y'all look hurt.
But there is something. Yeah, there's something about this room that
this one. I rolled a dirty 20.
That feeling is back. That thing is here. It's in this library.
10-foot pole out. I swing it around me.
You're like, you don't hit anything but air. Yeah, at this point, you don't hit anything but air. But there is something in this room.
It's here.
What are you doing there? Oh,
it's here.
What? It's here.
You feel something pat your butt, Otto, and it runs and it's not there again anymore. It touches your butt.
Yo, buy me dinner first. I have an idea of where it might be.
It's like, you know, like a kid patters past you. It's like somebody, it just patters past you, like smacks your hiney, and then runs into the library.
Can I maybe roll on a perception to see if we can spot it?
Sure. It's gonna need to be real high.
Okay.
How far away is the kitchen?
That's it's down at the other end of the hall underneath you, so it's not. It could have gained access to this floor from the kitchen, though. Woo.
That's a 23.
The kitchen
on the
upstairs.
perception check.
I'm sorry, the kitchen what?
Did the kitchen upstairs?
Yeah, that led straight up to this floor. Just the different way you guys took.
To run back downstairs to the kitchen and run back up.
A couple 30 seconds or so if you're running at full pace.
Yeah, boom. Y'all stay here. Watch your butts.
Auto patters. Nebin, you realize that it has run into the library. It ran past Otto, smacked his butt, and ran into the library.
Okay. So we now know it's okay. So it is in the library.
It is in the library, though you can't really tell what it is because it's literally invisible. But at a 23, you know it's short. And based on the patterning of its feet, it is quick and nimble.
Okay. It's invisible, it's little, and it's very nimble. I'd probably pass that information on to my party members.
Otto, what do you do when you hit the kitchen?
I try to grab like 2 big old bags or containers of flour and run back upstairs.
You find actually an empty potato sack.
Ooh, a flour?
Or you want it? Oh, you want like flour? You want to like coat it. Oh yeah, you can find a couple bags of flour. No problem.
Yeah, boom! I grab and run upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, you run upstairs, trailing white powder behind him because no flour.
Oh yeah, I'll like take the kitchen knife and stick one of them so it's just trailing the powder behind me.
Yeah, and you're like powdering the whole upper floor begins to like fill.
Gonna deep fry this whole house.
Flour. And you catch Nebin saying just at the end, it's in the library.
I jump into the library and just and sound of music. When she goes, the hills are alive, and she's swinging around, that's me holding one of those bags of flowers in each hand.
Start dusting the place.
It looks like Scarface's office.
It in fact does, with a giant wooden desk. And Faith and Dammit, Otto and Nebin, you guys begin to watch all of this powder settle in the library. There is, of course, that book in the middle. There is a figure that starts to come into view. Off in the corner, it's like holding itself, trying to be as tiny as possible. You can't really identify what it is because it's just the powder like falling on it. It's not detailed necessarily.
I check very far at it.
It's humanoid.
It is humanoid. Yes, it is humanoid. You could make a roll to try to identify it if you would like. That is a nature, some kind of intelligence-based check would do that for you. And you chunk the fairy fire. I'm gonna give it a dex.
That's 20.
Oh,
wow. 18 from me.
You okay, cool. Yeah, let's see. You get an 18. You get a nature. Wow. Out of 21, you realize that this is probably an imp of some kind.
Oh.
It's a little imp. It makes a quickie little dex to dodge the fairy fire, failing miserably. Glass smashes right into it, and it lights up a vibrant purple. For the first time, you hear sound out of its mouth as it goes, ah!
I go towards the imp and place my cane in its chest to hold it in place.
Yeah, you can run over and try to... You basically want to grapple it. Is that...
Not necessarily. I'm just like... If it makes any like sudden moves, like he understands I'm gonna do something really bad.
It goes... Ah! And now it knows you can see it. It's like, I'm sorry.
Can I try and close the door with us all in, just in case it tries to get out?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you kind of close it. There's now powder everywhere. White powder all over the place. Riviana is like, what are we doing with it? It looks scared.
What does the fiend does in a haunted house?
She goes, I don't know. Have we tried talking to it?
Who speaks demon? Or devil?
I look at him like, Otto straight in the eyes and like, really? Are you a dumbass?
And I'm guessing Faith does speak it.
Well, they are tiefling, so yes.
Okay, so go ahead and make a. You can try to communicate with it if you would like to.
Imp, what are you doing here?
I live here.
Live here?
It says in demonic. You guys hear like. He says, I live here.
And you live alone?
I do now. Well, kind of, sort of, maybe not really. There are lots of ghosts here. I'm just an imp. I was Astabar's imp, and then he died, and now I'm free. Please don't bring him back. Then I'm not free anymore. All you guys hear is it like.
That thing sounds pretty evil. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, it sounds terrifying. You realize, Faith, that it's probably, this is a very low-level imp, and more than likely was Astabar's familiar, as, you know, a mage or wizard of some kind. Looking at it, it does make itself finally, like, visible. It's now covered in flour. It's an imp covered in flour. You guys can see it fully. It's still covered in fairy fire, which means if you do choose to attack it, you do get advantage. But it kind of cowers. It's got these kind of long claws. It hunches in a weird way.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you. And I turned to my companions. So, this might have been the wizard's little serpent, a familiar. Like, you don't have to worry about this imp. Like, it's very low level fiend. And hardly matters. Would be a kindness to kill it.
Tell you anything that might be useful?
Only that he does not want the wizard to return.
Well, I mean, he's dead. He wouldn't return, would he? How would that happen?
The skulls! The skulls! The skulls! It shouts.
Does he say that in my language?
Yeah, no, it says it in demonic. It can only speak this like infernal language, and it's like like over and over.
What's it saying?
What's it say?
Yeah, it doesn't want the skulls to return to the owners.
What happens if that happens?
Probably that. I don't know. Maybe. That's a good question.
Why don't we ask him?
Yeah.
What would happen if we return the skulls to the skeletons? What happens?
No. Astabar comes back.
Astabar comes back.
Isn't that what we came here for?
No.
No, we came for the...
His stuff.
Yeah, his stuff.
What about? Do you know anything about the rhino? Can he? Does the imp thing know anything about the rhino? Can you ask him that?
Oh.
What do you know about a stupid fucking rhino?
Stupid fucking rhino! It repeats when you say that. Mean. They're to keep people in.
It's a stupid fucking rhino that's keep.
Oh, I love it.
What about the stone rats? This is a weird ass house. I want to know what else.
It kind of begins to pick up on the fact that you guys don't know anything, and it looks at Faith and goes, "Big bada boom, big bada boom!" From his wand, made things weird. He just disappeared.
Is Riviana in the room with us?
She is. She's not saying anything.
Can I?
Faith,
can you ask it if it knows anything about her? I say, pointing at Riviana.
do you know this elf? And I point the...
His eyes get wide. I know you. it points at her. She goes, well, why is it pointing at me?
What does it say?
It knows you.
It doesn't know me. I don't know any imps.
How does it know her? What does it say?
How do you know the elf?
How do I know? I've seen her. Seen her before. Yes, before. Long time.
Have you ever been here before, Riviana?
No. Why would I have been here before?
I don't know. Why are you always singing about this place?
I don't know. That's why I
insight?
came, so that maybe it would just go away out of my brain.
Could I insight this?
Sure you can. The imp is telling the truth. So is she. From her point of view, she has no memory of this place if she's been here before, and definitely not of the imp. All she knows is that she needed to come here. Like, she's telling you her God's honest truth.
Do you remember when you first started hearing this song, or when you first... when did it first get in your brain? A year ago.
Year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So, both imp and the elf are telling the truth. Interesting.
Do we know of any kind of events that happened in this kind of area in the last year? Or any sort of
most of the strange
activity,
most of the strange activity has to do with this location, with this place. It is just this haunted kind of manor that sits and looms over this town of, anybody that comes here usually doesn't return. But considering the fact most of you haven't really taken on this place before, you don't know much other than that, or what she has told you. Now, she has become terribly obsessed, and she made that clear, that, like, she's dreamed of this place, she's seen it, she's felt it, she just had to come here to figure out why it was calling to her.
How? So you remember where you came from, you don't remember how you learned about this song?
No.
Do you have any kind of gaps in your memory? Do you remember your life?
I guess. She does not.
What was your favorite childhood food?
Oh, well, my dad used to make this salted pork that was really, really tasty. It was kind of my favorite. We couldn't always afford pork. And she begins to talk about her childhood as if she remembers that. But last year is very foggy.
Do you remember anything more specific in your childhood?
Sure. I grew up in a small town outside of Waterdeep. My father died fighting a dragon. Unfortunately, my mother died during childbirth, and I took to the road and learned to play this, and she holds up her mandolin and tells stories because it's the only thing I've ever been good at.
What did you say about a year ago when things got a bit squiffy?
When I started hearing this song, I kind of started doing all this research on Astabar and his wand and what happened. And
do you remember anything from a year ago?
No. I've been chasing a dream, a shattered memory.
So it's some kind of form of amnesia you have.
Faith, can you ask the thing, the imp, if it knows anything happened here about a year ago?
And imp, do you remember anything from a year ago?
Year ago. Yeah. A party, a team of killers. They came through, the adventurers, the sword wielders. They didn't make it.
A year ago, there were adventurers here that meant that.
Lots of adventurers come, but there was a big party a year ago.
A huge party of adventurers.
5, 6 maybe?
5, 6 men.
Do those bodies downstairs have anything to do with those adventurers that didn't make it?
Unlikely, there are 8.
He goes, yeah, no, those are just... Well, they were his guests.
They were guests of the wizard.
The night of the bada boom. They stopped being guests.
So, I guess you were part of this group a year ago.
What do you mean? I told you I've never been here before.
Then how did come you do not remember anything from the past year?
And why does it think it knows you?
I don't know. These are questions I can't answer. And she like stomps her feet, kind of like frustrated, and Powder like poofs. And she says, can't we just start searching drawers or something? And she walks over kind of upset for the first time in this adventure and begins like slinging open drawers on the desk. And she goes, oh, look, gold. And she tosses a bag of gold and a magnifying glass. And she opens one and she goes, oh, another one. Look! And she points inside the drawer, and there's another skull in it, on his desk in this room. The imp goes, no!
Should we stop putting the skulls on the bodies?
I want to meet this wizard.
I mean, I'm not too keen on that, personally. What do you guys think? I say, looking at Otto and David.
I want his stuff, so to say. I mean, the wizard, he sounds... I mean, look at this is his buddy. This is his second in command. I point at the creepy-looking devil. We don't want to talk to him. This is who he cohorts with.
He might know where the wand is.
Hey, well, tell the imp we won't put no heads and no more bodies if he can get us the magic stick that makes things go boom.
Yeah.
Where is the wand?
Upstairs.
Riviana,
I go try and I go look up the any kind of hatch or anything to the attic.
All right, so the imp, like I said, it doesn't seem to want to harm you, and it's not going to attack you. It knows it cannot survive an attack if it tries to do anything. But it does say, can't get the wand without all the skulls.
Oh.
So, how about this? You promise to let me go. And make sure I'm safe. And I'll show you where the skulls are and how to get upstairs.
He wants a deal. He said, in exchange of his freedom, he helps us get the wand.
Think I can make that work? That's how I slap my warhammer to my shield.
He goes, ah! When it hears the like noise.
I do it again.
I said we take this deal.
Okay, fine. And it like picks up the skull and hands it over to one of you, the one that was in the library door, and he goes, other skulls are bathroom and bathroom and attic. You guys only have 2 left to find. Because this would make number 6. Right?
Yeah. There's a skull in the bathroom and in the attic.
Yeah.
Does it know of any more traps that we'd have to get through to get those skulls?
Yeah.
Any traps that we need to worry about getting these skulls?
There's a big old fucking toad in the tub. It ate the skull.
There's a toad in the tub, and the skull lies within its innards.
I think I missed that when I was in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's in, remember that like algae-filled tub you like pulled out before? You didn't see it, but in the base of the bathtub, there's a toad sleeping that has swallowed the skull. And then the imp tells you, bedroom, trap door.
And trapdoor is in the bedroom.
That is the room that you noticed, Otto, that's attached to the dressing room. It was kind of just like a basic bedroom. You didn't notice the trapdoor at the roll that you made, or maybe due to your blindness, but you do know where that bedroom is. When Riviana hears this, she goes, well, we have to get them now. And she begins to like run down the hallway, and you hear her sling the bathroom door open.
I'd probably shout after her, like, wait, actually, no, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Let's go. Let's do the stuff.
The imp goes, good luck and don't forget me.
How can we make sure you're safe? How can we make sure it's safe? I say, pointing at it.
It's never safe in the house.
It's never safe in the house.
He goes, it's the attic and his study upstairs. He lets you know that.
So, does he need us to be able to get out of this place?
I can't leave until everything's gone. He makes it seem like he's not been able to leave the house himself. He's been free since Astabar's been gone inside the house, but there's a rhino and strange doors, and like he's not been able to leave himself. He's part of the chaos magic that's trapped here.
Okay.
The poor little thing has been trapped here for ages.
Help me, please.
And he wants help. And I say to the we help you.
Okay, good. Here. And he kind of points. And you see when you come, like, he points out of the hallway, shows you guys where the bedroom is. Just kind of speed the narrative up. He's not going with you. He does not. I don't go in the attic, he tells you. I'll be downstairs waiting. And you see that Riviana has disturbed this toad. Because she steps out of the bathroom, and so does this giant toad. You can tell its bulbous belly is full because it has swallowed the skull that sits inside of it. It's about the size of, like, an oversized basketball. It's like, you know, like a beach ball. And it's like, as it comes out of the bathroom.
I kind of walk up to the toad with the warhammer and kind of look at the party like...
yes, cast the... yes, cast shield touch on it.
Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. Stop that.
14.
That hits. Or that is, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, go ahead and just roll the damage on it. You begin choking it. You can see it's beginning to, like, turn dark in one area where the necrotic damage takes hold, but it's not dead or anything like that. Actually, let me...
Yeah.
It's just a regular frog.
Yeah, I'm gonna just, apply pressure to the head and kill it.
Can definitely try. Go ahead and, it does have, like, a frog. Here we go. Wrong one. What'd you roll?
9.
A 9. That does not hit this frog.
Come here, frog. Oh god, it's jumping.
Yeah, it bloops and it jumps off to the side. You can hear the thud of the skull smack to the floor in its belly as it bloop bloops. Its tongue kind of laps out like it's trying to attack you. But it's so bulbous it can't move very well. So it's not really, unless you step into its range, it's not gonna be able to hit any of you because it can barely move.
Faith, keep choking it.
Yeah, exactly. That'll do it. That will hit that acid breath. Oh wait, no, that's coming from somebody else. Just kidding. Hang on one second.
I spit acid.
Yeah, I'm just gonna choke it to death.
Yeah, that hits hardcore. Go ahead and choke it some more. Oh no! One necrotic as it's still like, you can see its tongue's beginning to turn black. Keep going. It's gonna roll a Constitution. It fails. As it starts to like, as if it's trying to upchuck something. Nice, hit again. Killing it with these chill touch. Yeah, nice. And on that, you see the frog begins to like solid over, and the necrotic damage is beginning to almost like poison its body as it's trying to like, and it fails again, keeping the skull down, and it chunks up this big old slimy skull, being the next to last skull that you all need.
Just for fun, and I just point the toad and just cast frostbite.
Okay.
14.
Hit.
And it's DC. It's 14.
Yeah, okay. DC 14. It makes a Constitution save. It seems to be failing theirs miserably. It does not, and it takes that 4 cold. And you guys watch between the necrotic damage and the cold as it just like, and it freezes solid right there in front of you. So,
I tap it lightly so that it shatters.
And there's now shattered frog and powder everywhere. And down the hallway to your right, you realize it's like you've hit the end of this upper floor, and the L shape down to the right, where Nebin and Otto were kind of at when we first hit this top floor. Riviana has run down to the end room down there around the bend, and she goes, "Look, I found the bedroom! Look, look, look!" She's beginning to get more and more excited, as if we're drawing nearer to something. She can feel it.
I go to the room and try to find the
trapdoor. Yeah, you guys can just quick roll me an investigation on that.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you guys actually find it, in case
2.
there are a lot of 10, 11, 2,
4.
3. Let's let her also look for 1, GBs, to see if she can find it. I would say between Dammit and her, it takes you guys a little bit. Like, this is really hidden. But eventually you find it in the ceiling at the back corner of the room. You do locate the trapdoor.
Yeah, I wish the hook from the trapdoor and pull it down.
You pull it down, you guys are able to climb up. And what you climb into is a pretty small, like 15 by 15 room here in the attic. It is much darker here than it was downstairs. There seems to be very little light coming in. And, who here has dark vision?
I have 100
I do.
and 20.
Okay, so if you've got dark vision, you'll be able to see this as you come up. The rest of you are going to have a difficult time, because the only light is what's literally coming through the cracks in the wooden floorboards from the floor below. There's a dead body in this room. It clutches one of the skulls in its hand, the final skull, which is the waning crescent. Roll me an insight.
18.
It's wearing, nice. Both of you pretty quickly. Damn it, it takes you a little bit longer, but Faith, you know instantly, it's wearing the exact same clothes that Riviana is wearing. She stands there staring at the dead body.
That's a uncanny resemblance you've got there, Riviana.
She kind of falls down to her knees and begins to weep a little bit. I'm dead, aren't I?
Yeah. There aren't you, lucky one. And I just go to the body and I take the skull and go downstairs.
Yeah, you take the last skull, and she goes, "I'm sorry, I didn't know, I didn't mean to. It was an accident. I came with all those other adventurers a year ago," and it's like her memory begins to like flood, and she begins to just spill forth with emotion all of the answers that we have been seeking. We found all but one of the skulls, and then we split up the search, and I found it here in this table. And then there was this creature, with a scorpion tail. It attacked me, and it poisoned me, and I died here, clutching to this skull. And she just, like, begins to sob again. They all ran and left me here.
Scorpion?
That
I'll
little
look around.
bastard.
You see nothing but, you don't, yeah, the imp killed her, poisoned her. Usually imps have a scorpion-like tail. And a small devilish creature is kind of what she says with a scorpion tail. And she says, I realize now I've been walking the same path, my missteps every night since then, a whole year, and she like pounds her fist against the floor, causing this time a more paranormal activity to take place. The house like shudders when her fist hits the floor. She goes, I can't go any farther. This is as far as I can go. And she crawls on all hands and knees over to her body, what's left of it after a year of decay here in the attic. And she says, please finish this quest. And she merges with her body.
And I just leave her and go downstairs to the skeletons.
This time, you realize that the loot, or the loot she was carrying was real. So she may have been a ghost, but her loot was not. And when she kind of merges with her body, her soul merges with her body. Having found some closure, her loot appears next to her, the real loot.
Before she goes, could I ask her how we could put her spirit to rest?
She looks at you and says, you already did.
So this is the loot.
Yeah, she needed an answer to why she was being drawn to this place, and she realized it's because she was dead. And she needed to be able to know the truth. That truth. She had no idea.
So she's already been put to rest now, and even if we die, she won't come back again to lure anyone else. She won't come back again.
That'll be it in terms of this. But there is a door out of this room. This seems to be a smaller room attached to the larger attic as a whole. But you guys have found all 8 of the skulls. You have 3 on you now.
I'll go to the door. And I tried to open it.
Yeah, not a problem. You swing it open into a large, cluttered attic. This is more of what you expected when you came into the attic. It's filled with all manner of strange objects. And immediately in your vicinity as you exit, you spot a bird cage stuffed with a 2-headed cat, a pile of fortune-telling bones, a hunk of black ore inlaid with red veins, antique holy symbols from several long dead religions, and what looks to be a mummified hand. All of these things, like, jammed into a bird cage. And then a bunch of other odds and ends that are not magical at all. Old furniture, a few crates. Yeah.
Well, we still got her old horse and cart outside. We can do something about that rhino. And,
yeah, I mean, so who's carrying a skull right now? Who's got the
Yeah.
Faith's got the heads.
So Faith's got all of them.
Yeah, the 3 heads. Now, you guys could take them downstairs if you wanted to go ahead and do that. Or you can... There is one more room attached to this, but this is a locked door.
I guess knock.
No answer. Just echo via the other side.
It's a spell. The spell knock.
Oh, the spell knock. Not like... what does that do? Does that open the door automatically?
It opens the locked door, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, you open it up. This seems to be his personal study. There are several tables covered in vials and bottles of various components and materials, and a large bookshelf holds several dozen volumes of magic lore. On the table in the middle of the room, there's a multicolored wand shaped to resemble a unicorn's horn. It is sitting in what looks like a magic circle drawn on a tabletop.
Yeah,
Okay, so we don't need to fight the magic person to get the wand. It's right here, right? We could just...
You're welcome to roll an insight on the situation. If anybody has... This is a time for a good detect magic, as well as any kind of... anything that's going to help you see more information.
I have a spell of identify. Could I spell cast that on the wand?
You sure can. That's a great idea. So first off, at a 12 insight from Faith, there's a lot of magical energy in this room, more than the entire house combined. Specifically centered on his desk and this wand. Otto, do you step up and grab the wand?
I want the wand.
Yeah, that Faith looks like he likes...
That's okay. I mean, you guys can all step up and reach for it. I'm just looking for a triggering action. So, anybody that steps within 5 feet of this desk, raise your hand.
Probably, yeah, because I'd want to cast this identify spell on it.
You reach out to cast identify, and the 2 of you, Nebin and Faith, disappear.
I never learn. Quickly poke the stone rat. What's the worst that could happen?
It leaves Otto and Dammit standing in the room.
Don't look at me. I'm not touching it.
Faith and Nebin, something happens. A coldness washes over you. You're still in his room, but everything seems kind of blurry and strange, as if you maybe are in a different plane of existence. The ethereal plane.
Well, this is new for me. What about you, Faith? Have you experienced this before?
Yeah, this is familiar.
And
just don't worry about it.
Unfortunately, this time, sitting in the chair by his desk is the undead zombie of Astabar himself. You can tell based on his robes that he's there, and he steps up. He literally, comes to life.
Hello.
His mouth drops open, and it's going to attack the two of you. So here's what we will do. I'm gonna let the two of you roll an initiative, Faith and Nebin. Otto and Dammit, you see none of this. Your friends just disappeared when they stepped close to the table. It doesn't seem to have to do with the wand. It has to seem to do with distance to the desk. I will.
How does initiative work again? Sorry.
Your dexterity plus your d20 roll.
Yeah. Cool.
4.
Okay. 9. So we'll just say in this case, Astabar is also going to roll because undead, zombie. Okay, not very good. So it will be Nebbit, Astabar, and then Faith. So Nebbit, I will let you take action. What we'll do is we'll go through this round, and then we cut back to the room with the other two people, and then we'll come back. Okay? So let's go ahead and get that roll from you.
For what, sorry?
Whatever you want to do there. Nebbit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So, is it wearing anything?
Does
it have any metal on it?
It does. He has something around his neck that is metal, and some kind of metal chain belt, it looks like. But all in all, he's pretty much a skeletal zombie, is what it says.
I have a spell called Heat Metal. I don't have the written...
I know heat metal. Okay. Yeah, he is wearing a brooch. Like I said, that's metal that you could use, and he does have a dagger.
Does it look like he's going to use the dagger against us?
He is reaching for it, but it's not. He hasn't drawn it yet because it's not really his turn. But he's also a mage, so you can rightfully assume he's probably going to cast magic before he'll attack you.
So the necklace or the brooch is already in contact with his.
Yeah,
skin.
it's on his person, so you could heat that if that's what you wanted to do. Yeah, for
sure.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, go ahead. For sure.
So what do I roll to cast that? Again, kind of new to all of this.
Yeah, you're good. So, heat metal. I believe it's an instantaneous cast. So one of the things that you can do in Roll20, which I love, is up at the top, you see there's that little key that's got the chat bubbles and the images. There's one that looks like an eye that says Compendium. You can look up heat metal there. And it will give you some information on heat metal. Just type it in. So the object, you can cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with it takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell. You can use a bonus action in your turns to cause this damage again. Okay. It's wearing it, so it's not holding it, so it can't really drop it. So in this case, it just takes damage, pretty much, because it's on him until he takes it off. So go ahead and just roll 2d8 for fire damage on him as you heat the metal.
Okay, so I don't have to roll to cast it then. It's
you do not. It's just it's an instantaneous. Yep.
Okay, cool.
This is a concentrated spell, which you can keep up to have him continue to take damage, but it's concentration, which means you can't cast anything else.
Cool.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 2d8.
You cannot cast anything else that is concentration.
That is concentration, yes. Thank you for the clarification.
Okay.
So 8 points of damage. It begins to heat, and you watch this vibrant light fire begin to burn, and it's like, as its chest from this brooch metal thing it's wearing begins to heat up. It is Astabar's turn, and it's going to try to take the brooch off. So it takes its turn to take it off. It's its robes are on fire, it's burning up, and it removes it and drops it for its turn. And that makes it Faith's turn.
I will be casting Shield of Dust from 10 feet.
Cool, go ahead. It's not a very strong zombie. It's not like a lich or anything. You guys are going to take this down pretty quickly. 22. That's a hit for sure. Go ahead and do the damage. 1 point of necrotic damage. You see it now grabs its head as it's still burning on fire. It goes back around. The camera cuts to the non-ethereal plane, to the two of you standing there. It's quiet in the house.
I need to do what it does to the undead, because it has special effects.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, that 4 was its save spell against the heat. It failed. In the space of a creature, make a ranged spell attack on the hit, and then it can regain hit point. Okay, great. So it has disadvantage the next time. Cool, because it is considered undead. Very nice.
Against me.
Cool spell. Against you, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, it's actually, the camera cuts back to the non-ethereal plane with the two of you. Damn it, and Otto, what are you up to?
What I like to imagine is like while there's this great big fight going on with them in the ethereal world, you cut to me and damn it. And it's like, damn it, holding a bag up and me trying to tilt the desk with the wand over so it'll land in there and we won't go nowhere.
If you get within 5 feet of the desk,
oh shit, that's right.
It's a range of 5 feet, so you got to figure out a way to get the wand off the desk without getting near it.
Okay,
I'll cast Unseen Servant and just get it to pick it up.
Perfect. Yeah, you cast Unseen Servant. It bloops on the desk. It grabs it, picks it up, removes it from the desk. And actually, I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure once you get your hands on it, everything resets. Yeah, as soon as you remove the wand from the magic circle, all of the effects of the wand will vanish. The rhino outside, gone. The strange things in this house, gone. The two of you watch as literally it had 1 hit point left. It like falls to its knees as it's like, trying to deal. And Faith and Nebin, the two of you, bloop, back into this plane. So you're still standing here in the house, and more importantly, from the ceiling drops a gold key. Ting, 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 ting. And in the corner, a new chest appears, one that was not there before. Black. Dark.
Can I reach for the key as it sort of like slowly falls down?
Yeah, you can try to catch it. Quick roll me a dex saving throw. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll say you reach up and like grab it. You can rightfully assume it goes to this chest. Along with the key also falls the brooch he was wearing. And the dagger on his belt, which is pretty normal. Dagger. So you want to pop the chest open?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you pop it open. Guess what, Otto? You found your gold, sir.
Yep.
You get 200 gold coins, 2 potions of healing, a potion of lesser restoration, and a potion of dark vision, bracers of armor +2, and the brooch is a brooch of shielding. So you guys have tons of stuff to go around. I'm going to guess you guys take all the skulls downstairs?
Oh, yeah. With this donkey.
On your way out, you guys are like, we did the thing. Ain't nothing scary in this house anymore. Everything is gone. The toad disappeared. The strange stuff. The statue rats. The doppelganger that was hanging out in the kitchen. That's what was in the dark. Good thing you didn't go in there by yourself.
Oh, okay, nice.
So you guys go downstairs, and I'm guessing you place all the heads in their appropriate order.
I mean, do we want to do that?
That's up to you. You guys gotta make that decision.
I want, because we have the ones. I don't know, may.
I mean, we've already killed him, so can he come back again?
He's gone. You guys basically, from what you can tell, you have lifted the curse that this wand like exploded into this chaotic like planar place is all dissipating.
So I guess the only question is, if we put the skulls on, do you think a bad thing's going to happen or a good thing? What do you think, guys?
We can just bury the guys and say...
Only one way to find out, and I place the one.
You place the last skull in the appropriate place, we'll say. And when that happens, you hear like a shifting. Something happens, and you watch as the image at the end of the room, excuse me, that's of the moon, it shifts through all the moon cycles, as if playing through a moving picture. And as it lands on the final one, the black new moon, behind it is a secret compartment. This is what you were feeling earlier, Otto, that you couldn't get to because it's not in, like, the wall. It's a special planar thing built into the picture. Inside, you find 500 silver pieces, 250 gold pieces, a silver key, which probably opens this house, a potion of healing, 3+1 level spells, including protection from evil, burning hands, featherfall, and scorching ray. It also has a special key that opens his study, which you guys already picked the lock for, thanks to Knock. So you guys have basically done the thing and completed it. You guys feel, or you hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet as an imp makes himself visible. It slings his self around the leg of Otto and hugs, and then hugs Faith and Nebin and Dammit, regardless if you want the hug or not. And it says, "I'm free!" As it bolts out the front door and opens up, and it is midday. Bright sunlight pours into an empty and dark house. The grass that was out front seems now cut and clean. The things that plagued this place that once were are no longer.
Damn it.
What did I do?
Damn it. Give me the wand.
You can totally have the
This
wand.
thing. I don't want it.
And
No.
we cast Identify on that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the plan anyway.
That
I was going to do that.
Plan. I was going to give it to you. Let's see. It has actually a special name that I think you can look up, but it is a very special wand. It does take attunement. I can go ahead and tell you that for sure. Here we go. Here it is. It's called the Wand of Wonder. So you can take a look that up, the Wand of Wonder. And it's now in your possession. He was from what you can tell, he was doing experiments trying to figure out what the Wand of Wonder was, and in doing so caused all this giant explosion.
This is that one like has D100 things that can happen, right? And summoning a rhino is, I know summoning a rhino is one of those things. So like the metagaming me was like,
yeah, exactly. So basically, what happened is he did experiments on this wand, and the experiments went wrong, exploding all of that magical energy it held outwards. Hence the centipede and the things that it can do. The 100 things were literally inlaid throughout the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Cool. Well, you guys did it. And we made it my 1:30 mark so we can get off on time. So before Rem has to bolt here at 1:30, let's go around, tell us who you are, where we can find you online, what you're involved in, those kinds of things. And let's actually start with Rem so we can make sure he gets out of here in his time frame. Rem, how are you, friend? We did it.
Doing great. Had fun. I got to play a human fighter and not be some kind of whack job like I usually do. So I try to make it as basic as possible this time because I'm usually a little zany. I write D&D adventures and other things too. There's my website, www.remleyfarr.com, where it's got all my stuff. I got some other projects in the bag. Maybe they'll soon come out of the bag. And other than that, that's me.
Cool. Awesome sauce. Let's keep going around. Let's hop right on over to our lovely tiefling Faith, who brought a darker edge to this campaign.
Yeah. I'm Taro, and you can find me on Twitch at Anarchtoby and on Twitter at pretty much anywhere Anarchtoby. And I play D&D at the Fumbles and Fame and on Twitch here.
Nice. But make sure you feel free if you would like to drop links in chat for people to follow all of you. You're more than welcome to do that. Cool. And moving right along, Alex.
Hello. Yeah, my name's Alex. I teach drums for a living. If you live in the northeast of England and you want drum lessons, I guess you can find me on Twitter. It's like anarchy_AI. Also, I'm in a super cool band called Eye Bleach, and we've got a single coming out on the 1st of May, I think.
Okay.
So you should check that out. It's pretty good music, I promise.
Cool.
And yeah, I think that's about it. It's been really fun playing. Thank you very much for having me. I loved it.
Yeah, it's always so nice to get to meet all of you, because we only ever talk in Discord, so it's really, really cool. And last but certainly not least, Snow Dog, somebody I have very much looked forward to playing with. So tell us about yourself and where we can find you.
Yeah, so I'm on all the tweets and Discords as Snow Dogs, and you can probably normally find me checking out other awesome streamers rather than actually streaming myself.
That's all right. Hey, That's where I started, was watching people, and then I blame Rem, because he dragged me into it. And here I am. No, thank you all so much. We are obviously running about 30 minutes late thanks to my technical difficulties this morning. So what we're going to do is take a little break. I'm going to get the next round of crew up and in here, and prepped and ready to go. So I have a feeling we'll start somewhere around 2 p.m. That'll also give me time to bio and to find sustenance, because I haven't even started on this mimosa yet. So that's coming next time around.
I'm not vegan at all myself.
So yeah, very exciting. Check all these people out, and if you didn't know, you can check them in my Discord. For all of you who followed the channel and subscribed and gave so much love, thank you. We will be back very shortly. I'm going to start us another little countdown here, and yeah, we'll make sure this next time around Dot does her drinking, now that I've got the technical problems under control. All right, see you guys here in just a little bit, so hang out, share some love, and we'll be back shortly. Bye!
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.